What up, world? What up, Nigeria? What up, everybody? You are welcome back to the number one. Welcome back to the number one podcast, Zero Conditions Podcast
in the world.
Shout out to everybody that has been listening. Shout out to the people sharing the videos. Shout out to the people supporting. Shout out to the other podcasters that thought we were not coming back. We're back, bitches. Yeah, I said it.
Are you for real?
I said it.
Like, are you for real?
I said it. Cash me outside. Cash me on the strip to start chaos. It's easy.
I'm not going to do that.
Say an idiot.
I'm not going
to start chaos. It's easy.
Meanwhile,
how we doing?
Guys, it's been a great week actually. Shout out to everybody that's been listening to us. We hit 1,000 on Instagram and TikTok at the same time.
Bro, the videos were flying.
Bro.
I did not know y'all love TJ Omori like that.
The TikTok one is even almost 2,000. I think it's 1,900.
1,009 or 1,007 or something, yeah.
1,900 and something. So it's almost 2K.
God in heaven.
Yeah.
Planning is so dramatic these days.
Yeah.
I'm 31 years old.
It's been a really good week. It's been a really good week.
For the podcast, please be specific.
No. It's been a good week for me. I started.
Exactly,
I went to a new
yourself.
church. I started in a new church.
Why are you starting a new church?
I now go to the Covenant Nation.
What happened to your former church?
Nothing, to be honest. But I watch a lot of like Pastor Podju clips on YouTube.
Pastor who?
Podju Oyemade. I hope I'm not spoiling.
So you're not going to your
former
and then
church again.
I'm very aligned with the things he's teaching.
He's always trending. I've seen him trending a couple of times on Twitter.
There's not some other personal decisions behind that.
No, funny enough.
Are you sure?
Yeah, does the girlfriend attend the church? Keep it
No, she
straight.
doesn't though.
All right, cool.
She doesn't.
You don't need for all that.
She doesn't. Y'all don't think I love the Lord? What's going on? Why would there be an agenda?
I love the Lord that he said. I remember once coming to America, I said, I love the Lord. If loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah. We have new ministers, 45 of them in the country. Shout out to the new regime in full swing.
Already in full swing.
Funny enough, guys, I actually had people that I know in Abuja help me reach out, but I haven't gotten feedback yet. So the new minister of creative, I've forgotten her.
The woman.
That woman.
Hannah too.
I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. If you're watching this, I hope you come and clarify your position on this podcast.
Yeah, so that's actually what I even did.
I'm not
I want to have her on the
I'm
podcast.
not impressed. I don't think you deserve it. I'm sorry.
Fam,
the creative industry is suffering. What do you mean?
She just entered today.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Someone came yesterday.
There's a history of appointing people. There's a history of appointing people that have nothing, no experience in the creative industry,
no relationship with the creative industry,
just because they want to sue your godfather somewhere. I don't have any problem.
Funny enough, my first reaction to seeing her, when I saw the list, I was like, so I checked the list just to see what they gave Wike. That's literally what made me go through the list. FCT, they put him close. May no go too far, they cause problem.
Is it not PDP?
Is it not PDP?
Now. Yes,
it's
PDP now. But God, what are you saying?
It's PDP
but didn't they align?
It's a democracy.
Do you understand? Like, I thought they didn't even align.
These countries.
It's a democracy.
So for those of you that are watching, is the Minister of Arts, Culture, and the Creative Economy.
Yes.
Hanatu Musawa. That's her name.
They announced this shit.
So when I saw it, my first reaction was I like Googled her name and I was like, oh, this is a woman from the north.
I think her background is in oil and gas
and
or something.
She's Muslim, and I was like, you give the creative sector.
So a Muslim.
Another
Muslim.
Arts, culture, and the creative economy.
With a
background. Conservative?
No, I
don't. Okay.
But most likely, let's be honest.
Nah, they be freaking in the north. You have no idea.
Oh God, that's what we're talking about. Excel, can you focus?
No, it's fine.
I know what I'm telling you.
So, like, it's so disappointing because the greatest export in this country right now is not crude oil anymore. I mean, by finances and by revenue, it's definitely crude oil. But where the world is headed to, it's the creative industry. And when I say creative industry, I don't just mean Afrobeats. I mean the music industry, the fashion industry, Nollywood.
There's
even
so much.
tech, because there's a lot of creativity that has to do with tech. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But they have their minister that everyone is happy about.
But they gave it to that guy.
No, they gave it to Boston.
Yes, they did.
Mad.
And the tech world is so happy, and obviously he has shown workings time and time again. So yeah.
Oh, mad.
The tech industry is always ahead of the entertainment industry.
It feels like they
In a
found
lot
their
of
person
ways.
and they put their
Like,
thing.
I went to shout out to Chin. Chin invited me to this World Intellectual Property Organization thing like 2 months ago, and you can't believe that the tech space they're already passing it. They're getting a bill passed to law very soon. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But it's a bill, like someone who is kind of my family member. I don't want to mention the person's name.
Yeah.
Who was like the person that helped them, right?
Yeah.
And the person was like, the entertainment industry we have a perception problem. We are very idealistic people, and we don't know when to align.
I was going to go there.
The person said,
Of which we supposed to align pass so for the racket.
I was going to go there.
if they get Rico for this for
For
Nigeria,
for the racket.
we might just get it for the Rico.
Shout out Trump.
Bro, if we get Rico for this industry, for this country, bro, I think there must be something like a Rico, but it might be different. Anyway, going back to this woman,
Yeah.
I did a thread when it was announced, I think earlier in the year. My problem is the entertainment industry is a peculiar industry. Not even all young people, guys, you are texting.
No.
No, I'm actually checking the list of the people for you.
Not even all young people can relate to the entertainment industry.
Not all, yeah.
Not all under 35 people can relate to that industry. The industry is peculiar.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need someone that's going to judge people before they get there. You don't need someone that doesn't understand how the inner workings of the industry is. You don't need someone that's going to find a problem with people. Like, you want to impose your will. Like, the reality of that woman is definitely going to be different from the entertainment industry. It might mean that I'm stereotyping her. I don't give a shit. Prove me wrong. I'll be happy to be proved wrong.
So
Prove me
I'm
wrong.
really trying to get her to know when she'll be in Lagos and get her on the pod.
So the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, that's the one that they're all excited about. And from the way...
Didn't he swear that he was never going to take office?
Yeah, I was going to go to that conversation. And from the way, when he was, announced to go defend himself, and people were like, oh, and people started bringing out
The Senate screening.
the Senate screening. I said defend himself. Senate screening.
I mean, it's defending
Yeah, defend himself,
Yeah, it is
actually. I know, but
It is.
my point is, when he was announced and people started bringing out his old tweets and started saying, oh, this is not the person we
But
want
why
to
did they
serve.
do that?
Because he was attacking the government, he was attacking APC,
Yeah.
and the people, aligned. And, he
Yeah.
had some opinions that could have been seen as problematic and not aligned with the current administration. And people were mad about it.
Do you want to go first?
The thing that I love, I'm not the, what's he going to?
You want, yes.
Oh, he doesn't even know what I was to say. Where is he going?
Go.
So the thing that I saw that I really loved about that entire situation was how the tech community rallied around him.
Because they have favors to get now.
And aside from that, obviously.
Aside from what?
Let me be done speaking. Whether or not they have favors to get, the
Alaye,
fact that they were all able to align.
Don't be naive, Melody. Don't be naive.
Let me be done, bro.
Don't be
Please,
naive.
let me be done. My point in conversation is that the fact that they were all able to align and support him, I feel like because of the way their voice was really, really loud and supporting him he was able to still go on with that Senate screening. Now bring it to the entertainment industry. Like bring it to ourselves, to our own sector. If it were the same situation, if one person that they nominated
They put Motolan in it.
and
Wizkid say alone.
you now go out
Go do protest.
No, people they don't align.
Let me tell
They
you
don't
something.
align.
Let me tell you something. Do you think any amount of rebuke from social media would have made him drop out?
First of all,
I don't know.
the fact that
Bro.
so basically the fact that he made it to the screening means he was in.
Yeah.
Man, guy, do you think the Nigerian government or any government, as a matter of fact, what with social media pressured on that
Yeah,
level?
they do.
And the things that they were bringing out, you were not bringing out damning evidence.
Yeah, there was
You were
nothing.
bringing out
Opinion.
things, very idealistic situations, which is probably the reason why it got there in the first place anyway.
The whole thing looked, I don't even care, to be honest.
I don't even care, to be honest.
But
Bro,
the
all
whole
those
thing
things don't
looked
make sense.
very it kind of looked
like a
very
counter.
prearranged
Yeah, I hear you.
when during the screening. So when they told him to
wanted someone else
they got
to
some
get
people. They got some people to say, "Hey, you said this, you said this." He defended himself well articulately, and then the new Senate President Akpabio was like,
let's forgive
you shall
him.
fuck up for you,
But we
you fuck up
forgive
for
you.
you, but in the spirit of democracy, I'm moving the country
I
forward."
think he even mentioned something about my father and children.
It looked like, bro. Our politicians are not really. They're not always that composed. The whole thing looked too good. I was like,
Were they composed
it's
though?
also
this smells like.
that thing is also an appointment for the optics.
Oh yeah, and every government needs one now.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Every government needs
this
one.
one just gets it more than the previous one.
Every government
it's an
needs
appointment
one.
for the optics in terms of like did that office?
Bro, like imagine.
How powerful or how powerful was that?
But Tinubu is they do the workshop because first of all you align with tech industry, you give them
Do you
their
understand?
You can't knock Emefiele for one side. Emefiele, who was like the biggest wahala of the tech of the tech industry.
I saw a
Bro.
video of him in courthouse and he was making a video of hiding under the table.
He was lying on the table making a call. You know what I mean? He reading
Yeah.
lips. Like you know what I mean? He read. You know you sometimes can read
Read
lips. You
lips.
know what I mean? Reading
So he was
lips.
bending and people were trying to protect. Do you know
Do you guys
how?
think that guy is going to go to prison?
Well, I
I
can't
hope
tell
not.
because
I don't know.
this
There's an agenda
this
against him.
regime
Yes.
is very
Ain't no fuck
interesting.
up.
And the things that they even
This regime is very interesting.
They want some
El-Rufai
endorsements.
didn't make it, bro. El-Rufai didn't make it to the minister thing and he pulled out.
What I read was that he pulled out, yeah. But
He pulled out because his name didn't get cleared to go for the screening.
what I read was he said he didn't want to do it.
No, Melody. His name was sent for he was supposed to be there for the screening. So
Yeah.
the the SSS rather, screens the names and everybody who has been selected before approve. Then they approve it and the Senate will now call them for screening. His name did not make it past the SSS. His name did not make it past. Then it was then maybe like a week later he now pulled out, and I think I read somewhere that he's going to further his studies abroad.
Of course, it's good.
Like, well, hell
I don't want to
yeah.
say anything bad about El-Rufai. Sir, we love you. Daddy, we love you.
Daddy wa.
Daddy, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
But it's been a very interesting.
It's just interesting. We thought we
Very
were going to
interesting.
war. Apparently, we are not.
We're not going
talk
to
about our
war.
war situation.
The Senate shut
We
it.
have- we have never talk- we've
The
never-
Senate
let's
shut
speak about
it
it.
down.
We didn't speak about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So
Our president, it feels like our president
is aligning.
aligning is not even what I want. Is
Shall we put
What-
allegedly here and there?
Do you understand? Just
That's what I
it's
said it
cool.
looks like.
Use allegedly.
No, I don't need to.
Use allegedly.
Looks like.
Please, if you want to carry
It
anybody,
looks
carry
like-
only him,
Yeah.
I beg.
From the facts that we've been gathering, from different
Which
articles. So there was an article that David Hundeyin posted some days ago. That someone wrote, and I believe it's an American publication, that the guy went into like history charges, and all of a sudden how they let him go, how the president has been an informant for the FBI or the CIA for years. Did you read the article? Did you read the
Which
No.
article?
You know,
posted that article, like,
anytime they
President Bola Tinubu
Yeah.
has been an informant
Yeah.
allegedly.
allegedly
Yeah. According to the article.
for the FBI and the CIA.
Or the CIA, one of them. For the past,
I didn't see it, too.
since like the 90s. or
Even
thereabouts.
today, he's always on something.
Like,
he's always
he's
saying
been giving
something.
them. Apparently, he even lied to them at some point, so they know he's not trustworthy.
Allegedly.
I didn't read this article.
I didn't read it actually. I
That
didn't.
article is very crisp and straight to the point.
I didn't read
so
it.
the tenet of the article didn't explicitly say, but what the article was saying, the gist is that our president is allegedly, reportedly, an instrument of war by the West.
So what are they trying to get from that? What's the
One thing we need to understand is this. Let's break it down to the nitty gritty. Africa is the place where nobody has really. There are different world powers right now. There's a power from the West. From the East, which is like China. There's a power from Europe, which is like Russia, and then there's America, right? It's not colonialism anymore. It's neo-imperialism in the sense that nobody is saying you are a slave.
Yeah.
Taking you somewhere, or we're not going to allow you to lead your government.
But
It's proxy power. It's proxy wars now.
yeah.
Right. Prigozhin is allegedly one of the instruments of war that Russia has used in Chad, in Niger. The guy that almost that wanted to kill Putin. Allegedly.
Allegedly, Tolani.
He dey fear Putin too.
Bro.
Yeah, person they make
Wagner. Wagner go your pull up for Mendy.
Pop Central just released a statement. We don't know them.
Wagner.
Quack.
Bro, anyway, so like what China is doing is it's a lot of businesses. They're investing in the economy. Countries are owning them debts. And from debts, you are buying into the country. You're having way more influence. That's what allegedly. That's what America did. Have you read this book, Confessions of an Economic Hitman?
Yes, I did actually. In political science, we had to read it.
That book is like it gives you insights into how companies operate. It makes you owe them debts, and they start buying into your company from there.
Little by little. Yeah.
You can't pay them back those debts.
Yeah.
Right. So like different countries. I feel like Africa is divided into three countries. I think it's US, China, and Russia. That's what it is. Those are the people that control Africa.
Yeah.
Right?
And China and Russia have now aligned.
Exactly. So, for example, you see, like, Mali is denouncing France now.
Yep.
What's on the streets is that they've aligned with Russia.
With Russia.
Right? And all of these countries are military hunters. They rule them. Like, there have been coups in some of these countries in the last few months.
Didn't they say they're no longer speaking French in Mali now?
Yeah, something like that. They don't align with Russia. You know? So, like, what on the streets is that what's happening in Niger?
Yeah,
it's Russia versus America.
So what's it concern us?
Like, because you're an American ally and your president is allegedly a crony for US.
And it's allegedly, like, I've seen conversations on Twitter and also like overheard these kind of conversations in different places where people are of the opinion that see as I pick my English. Do
you understand? It's quite.
People have the opinion that one, in some corners, it is believed that because the sitting president is still in court over the whole election, so there is a air of uncertainty, and maybe there are people who feel like he is an illegitimate president on the throne.
Okay.
And in a bid to allegedly cement his place, he's aligning with the West and say, hey, you wanna go knock off some people over there? I got your back, you got my back as well.
But what the history is that he's always been aligned.
I've always been aligned.
But right now, what the article actually said
allegedly.
What the article said was because, like, the cases against him, like, he claimed money for a cartel, allegedly. That's what the article said. Like, no, for real, read the article. They claimed money for a cartel. Like, they even gave us dates when the accounts were open to people that were convicted.
By the way,
how it then came, when it was time for him to be allegedly to be convicted.
I think you can remove allegedly for this one.
Do you understand? There are court records.
Because there are court records, and even during this court case, you know, they are just waiting for judgment now. So, like, closing arguments or whatever.
You guys, we keep putting allegedly when in Nigeria.
That's the character assassination.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Tinubu's one of his lawyers in court said, okay, listen, yes, he did move that dope.
Young, move that dope.
Yes, he did move that dope. It's over 10 years ago, and even in the country where he moved that dope, the statute of limitation.
That's bad.
Yeah, so you know.
Wow.
But yeah, man,
it's a fun time to be a Nigerian. The political scene.
We are a very interesting country.
Nigeria is full blue thing.
Do you understand? Do you understand?
Where people are quacking each other from behind.
Quacking.
We are very interesting.
People remove my jingle. They fuck this country.
There's certain things that I see or I read about Nigeria. Like, is this a country?
Bro, you see Naira Marley becoming.
Guys,
let's just get into that. Let's just go.
Is this a real country?
So Naira Marley paid a visit to NDLEA. For those of you who may not know what NDLEA stands for, this is the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. So if there was ever a day your Igbo man could not pull up, those are the niggas behind that.
Please tell them why he was there.
And he paid a courtesy visit there, and also made a video while he was there.
He didn't even believe what he was saying.
Advising Nigerian youth. Advising Nigerian youth to stay away from drugs, stay away from hard drugs. Yeah, and this was his message to the people.
He didn't look like he believed what he was saying.
Do you know how? And another thing is that some people were calling him NDLEA ambassador. I was just like, why?
I mean, he looked like an ambassador.
They didn't announce him as that, but
you use the biggest face of waywardness Oh, really?
manners.
So for people who are upset, they're upset for different reasons. You know, his music, how he speaks about, you know,
Why are people upset?
that
Why is he the face?
Yes.
Why is he the one that isn't?
when he has
But he's like, wasn't he like the biggest?
when
I don't
he
know
has
if he's the
tweeted,
biggest.
when he has spoken about these things in his music.
I
Yeah,
think he said he was never going to stop smoking weed.
People brought that tweet.
that tweet. Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
tweet.
But is weed is a banned substance?
Yeah, the law is very clear
Again,
on what weed is.
again, like the idea of him being the one to say that, I think is even believable
Because it's coming from
from
the
him.
No, it's not believable.
You
maybe
don't
not
think
believable, but he the
not
target
believable.
audience,
Impact.
the target
Yes.
audience for that message, NDLEA reached
He's
it.
the one to,
Because
yeah.
if you imagine if it was Ladipo.
People will be like, we don't
Like-
even know that.
No, I'm not dissing Ladipo.
Or messaging,
Maybe like a gospel
or
artist.
Niggas will be like,
a
of course,
doocing,
what do you want to
or a
say?
doocing.
Like,
People won't even listen.
They won't li-
The
they won't
target
take them
audience won't
seriously.
even listen.
You
Do you understand? So I think that he's the
Yeah.
perfect person to
I
have
agree,
that
actually.
conversation.
do you know another person that they could have used?
Portable.
Zanku.
Zlatan.
Yes, no. I think it would have been a
Or even
better
Portable
fit.
self.
Better Portable.
Yeah,
Portable is not corporate enough.
yeah, it's not corporate enough.
Yeah,
Not
but
corporate
I think Naira Marley is the perfect person to use for that
Yeah.
conversation.
But
I
he
don't
didn't
want
seem
people-
convinced by what he was saying.
Bro,
That's my own.
Yeah.
Bro, did you see the later part of that video?
I saw it.
He didn't seem convinced by what he was saying.
I saw it.
Bro, this country na blue film.
In order,
Toto Dike was upset.
By the way, did you guys?
yeah, why so upset?
Toto Dike.
Yeah,
She
why was
talked
so
about
upset?
it. She was like, "Oh my god,
Did
why?"
that dealer fall off?
No, she was like,
She was upset to NDLEA.
Why did they use?
It was very
Maybe
upset.
they don't arrest that dealer before.
It was very emotional that why are they using that this is not the person they should use or stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's activism, bro. That's strong. I wish I had the best. Continue.
everything's activism to line.
Anyway,
You know what should have had activism done for? That single she released under the brand. Yeah,
bro.
should have called for a
affliction
protest.
may never rise again.
Bro, that song
Bro,
was
does that babe still tweet?
that song was
There was,
horrible.
I think
She used
that's,
to
that's
tweet.
the first celebrity that Nigerian Twitter bullied repeatedly.
Bro,
Oh, she used to
they
tweet.
knock her soul.
Totally.
Are you serious? I
When
never
yeah,
used to tweet.
when that single came out,
Condolences.
I know they knocked her for the single, but I knew that they used to knock her. on
my
Twitter.
God.
Bro, it was bloody for like 3 days.
Are you serious?
Hey.
They drag her out and they dragged Genevieve and she's like, "No more being you."
No,
They didn't
drag
really
Genevieve.
drag. They didn't
And there
drag
was no
Genevieve.
Twitter at the time.
They didn't drag Genevieve. That was much
Bro,
earlier now. That was
this
much
one are
earlier.
full dragging.
They drag
No, I know they dragged her. I remember.
in
they actually
other
dragged
this
her.
thing, Afrobeat news. Did you guys see?
No, before we get
That
there,
Wizkid's
still on this
mom has
governance.
died.
Still on,
Allegedly.
bro.
It's allegedly too.
We don't know now.
It's not. It's
No,
Ovie that posted it too.
it's
Not just
okay that
okay.
posted it.
It's not
Oh.
Ovie. Ovie
There could be
doesn't
some
mess around like
validity to
that.
it.
Anything, we just be putting allegedly, whatever. As so
Yeah.
long as person has not come out to confirm, not
That's
just
so
put
sad.
allegedly.
I mean, we wish Wizkid's family condolences.
The fortitude
Except
to
our
be
condolences
able to-
at
And
this
he's
time.
always been very vocal about his love for his mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say, made a song about her. That mommy. Yeah.
When I was a little boy, Mama told me.
No, that's all. Mommy, me.
Mommy, yeah.
That one too.
That one too.
That one.
Shout out to
Rest in peace.
Ekira from my mommy. Like,
Rest in peace.
No,
Very-
it's not been singing about. It's not. It's. He hadn't sung about his mom since this in recent times,
Rest in peace. That's a tough one.
bro.
A tough one.
Please.
Like Davido FC or what's their name? 30BG.
Which one is Davido FC?
What join?
There was a time last year that they wished death upon this woman. I'm sure some of them are celebrating.
Did they?
I don't
Yes,
know.
no.
Can't remember. I stay
It's
away
not
from all
like
those
they-
ugly
they-
people.
bro,
man.
they-
Those
No,
people
I
are ugly.
feel like
man.
most of the time when these guys say this, they don't even mean it.
What?
Why are you even saying it, man? I don't
Why are you
care if
saying
mean
it?
They
You
Why
just
are
say
you
those things for
saying it, man?
traction. I don't even know why they do
Why you
those
saying what
things.
you're
Like,
Man, I
Anyway,
wish
a
Wizkid
lot
all
of
the
you
best,
will
man.
have children. Your children will see what you tweeted when you were in your
So
20s
weird.
and 30s.
If Wiz wanted to release an album before very soon, that album ain't coming out this year.
you know, he posted a video where he was saying, "Let's go get the album."
First is first. Don't believe Wiz when it comes out to say. he wants to
How
release an
many
album.
times now? We
But
should
did you
know
see the
better.
reaction to that? How did when people were talking about the album and saying why?
He didn't really post. The year he said he was going to release More of Let's Go is when he released it.
Yeah.
So people have a tendency to believe him now.
No, apart from that, I'm
Yes.
talking about the reaction to him saying he wanted to release an album, and people were like, "Why? Why? Oh,
No,
More
I
of
think he
Let's
needs to
Go."
release an album now. More of Let's Go didn't exactly perform up to
So
standards.
people were like, "That's why she shouldn't release an album yet."
Yeah.
That's one reason why he should release an album.
Yeah.
We live in an industry where you have released a single that's popping, but it was 7 months ago. People are telling you release another one.
Bro,
Have you forgotten what Joe Boy told us on this spot?
bro,
So,
Bro, the pressure is getting worse.
Yeah.
man, so meanwhile, back to this governance issue, right? Did you guys see the thing that David Hundeyin posted? Did you agree? What do you think
What
about
did he say?
What did
that thing that he posted? The war stuff that he posted.
Tolani is following the
Where
video
he
back to back.
No, I don't
posted,
follow.
I think I know what
those
you're
things
referring
went
to.
viral now.
Well, the one he posted, because we talked about this, me and you. Where he posted the
Yeah.
the
wars,
the
what,
private memo,
Yeah,
the confidential
yeah.
memo.
Oh, yeah. Remember
I would
that
say
one?
from the government.
Yeah.
Anyway,
People were dragging him for doing that.
let's
That's
quickly go on a
confidential.
break and we'll get back to that. Hi guys, we're going on a break now. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. The conversation continues. You can catch the full thing on Monday on YouTube and other streaming platforms. See you soon. So yes.
Yeah. So you were saying you were the one that was talking.
Yeah. So the whole Tinubu is calling on the military to enter Niger was like a rumor,
Yeah.
right? It was like a rumor-ish thing. And then I think David Hundeyin put out a confidential memo on Twitter that that order has more or less been given, and that the generals have been told to more or less
Align.
be on standby.
Allegedly.
So
And whatnot. So when it came out, there were two sides to the conversation for David Hundeyin. There were people who were like, "Okay, David, we get it. You're trying to keep us in the loop,
But this
you're
is
crossing a
extreme.
line here.
Yeah.
This is a military operation now. This could be considered as treason.
Yeah.
You know, you putting stuff like this on the internet." And then there were people who were like, "Fuck your niggas. We're not going to a war. David is fighting for the people."
both,
Yeah.
both of
And
them
then-
are right.
Both of them. Yeah.
It's a situation of both sides are actually equally true. But what good is the posting of the stuff on?
I mean, David knows that this is not stuff he could do if he was within
visible,
Nigeria.
yeah.
And also, he can also argue that he posted that for awareness of Nigerians.
Awareness
Are we? Come
Like, but
in.
if they were going to go on that thing, I'm not very sure of the facts, but we only have had to go to the Senate anyway. And the Senate members of the Senate are not stupid to approve such. Like, you are bringing war to your country, and bro, Russia at the back. Make Prigozhin can't invade Lagos. Is that what people want?
But guys, where do people draw the line with investigative journalism? Because a lot
See,
of times people say that as an
ethics,
investigative journalism,
ethics.
you're allowed
The-
to go to
jour-
the extreme.
Ethics.
That's
no,
where
ethics.
journalism is going. Journalism
Ethics.
as a whole
Ethics.
has its own
There are
code of ethics.
There are ethics. Aside from the issue of treason alone, like there was the angle of you are revealing too much about the Nigerian military and putting them in danger. The thing about people is when you hone in on your crafts, you sort of sometimes it's fine to you make mistakes.
Everybody does.
You know, it's fine. I just didn't think that thing should have been posted on Twitter. Like I get the intention. The intention was
Inform.
to inform people, let
Yeah.
them know what they're getting
Yeah.
into, right? I get
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Which is not wrong. But the people that are also saying you shouldn't have posted it, they're not wrong either.
You're not wrong either. Yeah. Both sides of
They're
it.
not wrong at all.
Yeah.
No, both of them are right.
I just found the whole thing very interesting.
But it just showed that a lot of Nigerians also don't understand the reality of the situation. Like they don't like look at Eddie Snowden for example. What he posted was very in some ways it was very right. Or Chelsea Manning. Right? What they posted, the things that they leaked. I think this guy leaked the rumored echelon type of computer that was looking at invading people's privacy.
Private.
Yeah.
Right? That's what Eddie Snowden revealed. But at the end of the day, it was still wrong. Do you know why? But I don't like people like Eddie Snowden. Just full disclosure. I can't stand them. I think you need to be able to separate between your idealism and what is necessary. The idea of that computer came in after the what is it called? After
9/11.
9/11.
9/11.
And America needed to be on more high alerts.
Yeah.
And it got worse, I think, after that Boston bombing situation, the Boston Marathon. And I think everything just went through the roof. And another thing, someone like Chelsea Manning, people I listened to the Daily some months ago, where someone was talking about why could low-level military officers have access to such data. Have access to such amounts of data. And the reality of the matter was, they said that during 9/11, that the FBI knew that those guys entered the country. But because there's always competition between all the agencies, right?
That's why they now have this
exactly that joint task force. Exactly. So they had all of them. Like I believe it was the FBI that knows that terrorists were in town, but they did share the intel with the CIA.
Okay. All right, guys. Welcome back. In case you missed any of this, the full thing is out on Monday. We were just discussing about revealing confidential information
as a journalist.
As a journalist, should you do it? Should you not do it? Using David Hundeyin as a case study. You can catch any of that was just spoken about on Monday when the full video and audio comes out.
So, I believe it was FBI, if I'm not wrong. I think FBI knew that was in, but because a lot of them they're always in competition.
Yeah.
Like everybody will say, "Oh, it's our case now. Oh, it's your case now." Like DEA and FBI and local police, they're always fighting over cases. So everybody they wanted to be the ones to actually get the information or whatever. But if they are communicated to the CIA would have told them that these people are not supposed to be fucked with. So. Before, it was after that they were finding this stuff out. So I think the American government have a central database now where all the details are coming into, all the files, everything that you need are coming into, so people can have access to actually pull sensitive information out. So, but my problem with people like this is, what is privacy that's not keeping you safe? Nobody gives a shit about your news that you're sending out. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All this privacy that people are talking about,
bro.
I get that the fact that you're saying it should be regulated. I get the regulatory part, but at the end of the day, this shit is about keeping you safe.
That's what people who are in support of David Hundeyin too can say.
No. I'm not lying. I'm not saying that's exactly. But there has to be lines when it comes to things that you are releasing.
I agree.
There has to be lines.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, for a lot of people, it then goes beyond what they're fighting. It now becomes about their ego, which is where the problem is.
And also, I think that another angle that people forget to mention is that the major reason he's able to even give us all this information, all this scope, all this analysis is because he's not in Nigeria. And sometimes it's easy
and
for
nobody
us to
knows
forget.
where he is. I think
it's easy for us to forget that sometimes people are using their privileges for the good of the people. Jonathan, because we know that journalists on ground cannot share those.
I do worry for him a bit though.
Yeah.
Not even in this particular context, but in context of him being a social media hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that thing is a drug.
Yeah.
And you will cross lines without knowing that you are crossing lines.
Because
and people keep saying, because the truth is that whether we like it or not, this thing he did was crossing a line.
Yeah.
We like it, because he's on our side.
Yes, and instead giving us information.
With the people's side, allegedly. We like, but he shall cross a line. If they catch him legally, they go knock him.
Yeah.
But when you keep crossing lines and there's no checkmate, nobody's checking you, and you keep...
You don't know when you go to the...
You don't know when you go to the deep end.
And it's not even about investigative journalism in general. It's not just about investigative journalism. It's a general thing for people who are very interested and very particular about being social media heroes or being loved on social media or just tweeting or just playing to the gallery for social media. It's a very slippery slope. Most of those people that go on that lane never come back. No. Because they always just want to go. Yeah. They always just want to look for something. They don't realize. Do you understand? They always, and sometimes they may have a different opinion about something, but they know that thing does not fit their aesthetic or the image they've created on social media. So they have to align. So just keep going. Because sometimes you see some things and you be like, what's this one saying? Oh. I'm speaking generally across the board. Literally everybody does it. Jonathan. And it's like, sometimes you can see this person's Twitter, you can see that I don't think you agree. I can see you struggling. We see that you have to align because you want to, pander to your audience.
So you think
it does happen a lot. Just because, and people now, there's this overshare
thing, or just marking my engagements for the day thing.
It's both. It's actually both. It's even both.
Speaking of oversharing, did you see that social media conversation about the first daughter that was talking about her never cooking for her dad?
Yeah, I saw it.
We are getting into that.
I think
right here. Let me pull up the tweets. Let me pull up the tweets for people that did not see it and for people who are not on social media. Right?
There's one insult that girl chopped from somebody.
No, she chopped a lot of insults.
No, there's one in particular. I will find it and read it. Okay. That is legendary. Okay. It's both her and her father that
chop it.
The insults are like, oh my god.
Two. Okay, so she said, I started rebelling against this first daughter shit in 2020. My mom got an apartment so she could be closer to work. So I was home with my dad and brother. She called me one time because my father complained that I don't cook, and she told me that I'm supposed to take her spot when she's not around. I have never been that confused in my life. Take your place as how? Now me go marry or what? I was 18, fighting online classes for my life. From that point, I just stopped cooking entirely. I wouldn't leave my room before 2 p.m. either, all man for himself. My brother too went to call her that I don't cook anything. At that point, I increased pressure. I started buying coke for only me. When my mom came back, she told my brother how to fry plantain, and my father started cooking too. Now my brother does not need anybody to cook for him. I don't do that shit either. If you can't cook, starve. And people started dragging her for saying that she stopped cooking for her dad and her brother, and they had to learn how to cook.
Let's shall all be thanking God for privilege. These are your problems. Yeah, these are your problems.
I don't have third world
there
problems.
There are families that would happily, she be not to cook. Make we shall even see
not
something
to get
cook.
the provision to cook.
I saw the tweet and I was like, my first reaction to that was, I quoted the tweet. I was like, all of us will have our own children, and thankfully, we are in the internet age, so our children will also come online.
Yeah.
And they will see the things that we have tweeted
in the past. Would they be proud of it?
And would they be proud of it? They will use it against you as a parent now.
But what's your take on that tweet?
I feel like the tweet was 110% very unnecessary. Yeah, I do actually. I feel like that. And I feel like people know how to word tweets to provoke a certain reaction or trigger. So clearly, that girl doesn't actually have a problem cooking for her father. I don't think she does. I think a conversation was led to that particular tweet, which is about like this whole cooking for men and whatnot. And it was a thing in that particular story. She's like, okay, mom still has moved away because of her job somewhere else. Now I'm cooking for the whole house.
Yeah.
I have my own things to be doing. Why can't everybody
learn how to cook
and whatnot? But when you start putting, and you know when people are looking for drama from the phrases they use, Nami Mariam or what? That's your father. See, listen. That's your father you're talking about. You're not beefing him. Okay, he's upset that you didn't cook for him. That you didn't cook for him. Fine. Your father is from another era. Even your mom is from another era. I get that there are certain things parents do that are toxic to children and we should call them out sometimes. But if this is your problem, you don't have problem. Okay. Your parents are from a different era where certain things were done certain way. And now we are reinventing the wheel.
Okay.
Talk.
I hear you when you say that the parents are from a different era, because I feel like it's even a broader conversation. It's like how people were trying to hold Peter Doce to certain standards and saying, why did he say this about women?
That was stupid.
Maybe you should have the same conversation with your dad at home. I'm sure he'll probably say the same thing. But looking at that tweet holistically, it was beyond not cooking for your father. It was more
her
about...
brother, the whole house.
It was even beyond that. It was holistically talking about the burden that comes with being a first daughter. And if you're not a first daughter, if you're not a woman, you might not understand what she's talking about. But that is deep-rooted burden and trauma that a lot of first daughters have to deal with, even upon leaving the home. It's not about cooking. Generally, a lot of first daughters are saddled with the responsibility of taking care of the family.
They're like a junior mother.
Yes, of growing, we make children, they lose their childhood and they become adults way too quickly. Yeah. So it's not just about cooking, it's about the burden of being a first daughter and expecting them to be mothers.
And a lot because the parents are also growing at the time, they get a lot of the pressure.
These people sometimes never experience being a child. They never experience being a teenager. They just grow
taking care of their father, taking care of their siblings.
It's burdening. And when people are talking about it, I'm just laughing because you're not a woman. You don't understand what goes into that. It's a lot of pressure. Now, these people even sometimes miss out on their own childhood. They never got the time to be children. And they carry those things. They carry those things into their life, into how they navigate relationships. Just you see them, dating people that they have to father, they have to mother. It's just a lot of trauma that she's unpacking.
You're not wrong. But again, this is what your parents knew. Do you understand? What you are talking about is something that has been done since Eze goes to school.
Does it mean you should continue?
No, but they don't know. See,
they don't know any better.
Yes.
You see that one?
Stop them.
Why are we vilifying them?
I think they're hurting you.
Yes,
because
they also did it. They think they're training you. And I think one thing that we forget to do as Gen Zs, as millennials, is to cut our parents some slack. We don't.
Wow.
We
A
don't.
woke person just said that.
A what?
This was the time.
What did you call me?
A woke person.
We don't. And I think that the only time we get to realize that is as we get
become
older.
parents.
Not even that as we get
when we
older.
become parents.
I think I've
become
told you
as-
before that
as
as I got
adult.
older, I
It's
started coming
you begin
down
to
on
see
my
that
father.
wait, this thing where they complain about. So experience is the best teacher. I understand the trauma. I understand where she's coming from. Not about cooking. It's a first daughter trauma.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing. But also, sometimes parents don't even know any better. And the only way to make them know better is to rebel. I promise. It's to rebel.
No, that one day. That one day. Sometimes
You
as
have to
children, you put your feet down with
If
your
not,
parents by
they go just they
quarrel.
go. They go just
You
they
quarrel
go.
and come back to love.
Yes.
It's a right.
It's a
Rebel
thing.
quickly.
It's all of you are right. The angle that I want to bring to it is a lot of young women have no sense of responsibility.
Ooh.
The cooking has started.
Ooh.
Please, can you sprinkle some salt in here?
I'm not cooking. Like,
You're not.
So I see it's as I get in this perspective when I would see a lot of people online
Yeah.
like saying I don't want to cook for my husband. Like first is first, what is wrong with cooking for your husband? Let's be honest. Someone quoted that bit tweet today and said, what's wrong with cooking for your father? Do you understand? But I get your perspective.
Yes.
Because it's a lot.
It's
as
a lot.
first daughter. I
Yeah.
get it,
It's not just about cooking, yeah.
But a lot of girls,
Yeah.
because social media has taught you that you don't have to do this.
Or everything's activism.
Exactly. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. You have to do that. You now use it as an opportunity to check on your responsibilities. Let's not lie. As a child, you have responsibilities in your house.
As a human being,
That's never going to change.
we all have responsibilities.
So a house is like a society,
Yes.
and everybody has
You
contributions.
have a role to play.
Do you understand?
Fam, there was a morning when I didn't wash my father's car and he came to beat me. Like, yeah, like. So I woke up late. No, we fought the night before. He spoke to me and I was very angry. So I went to bed and I intentionally woke up late, like 1 hour late. So I think I was 13 or 12 or something. And I woke up and I started washing the car. I asked him to give it to me to wash it. I said,
I'm sure you just walked out.
and I walked back inside. And he came to me and he wired me belt. Like, he later apologized to me. But I get the point I was trying to make. The point wasn't this thing that you did is wrong. It's because you need to have a sense of discipline.
Let's not even talk about the bigger.
But Tolani did not finish that conversation about
Okay,
you
sorry,
saying that
finish.
women don't have sense of responsibility.
Yeah, that's true. Finish.
Like a sense of responsibility. I think a lot of people that say they use activism, a lot of people use activism to cover the fact that they don't want to do anything. No, for real. They use activism to cover the fact that they don't want to do anything.
So which part is activism now?
No parts for them. It's just the fact that they are lazy. They want to be in the streets all day. They want to yes.
Or
They don't want to come home. They feel
don't
like
want
they
to
should be
come
free. Do you understand? Mama said, like, America, they tell you, say, come home before the street light. They want to come when the street lights are on. So that I'm going to come on, tiny one. They want to enjoy. Do you understand?
Tolani, or
Melody,
they just don't
no,
want to cook.
See,
And it's their
I'm
choice.
not saying,
But what if they just don't want to cook?
Melody, there's
Why
no
is it a
problem.
big
There's
deal?
no problem with you saying you don't want to cook. There's no
Especially
problem.
when you can afford it.
There's
Isn't
no-
that why you work?
There's no problem. No, so there's a reason. So this was what I was about to say. There's
Yeah.
a reason. There's a bigger picture
Yeah.
to why house chores psychologically children need them.
yes.
Oh,
It
of
teaches
course I
you
understand it.
responsibility.
Oh, I
Yes.
understand children doing house
Teaches
chores.
you
Definitely.
discipline
No, talking
quickly.
about grown women deciding not to cook, not children.
No, I'm talking about people as children now. Like, not wanting to do all of this. It's a lack of sense of
Like
responsibility.
children not wanting to do house chores.
Yes.
I know about
That's
children.
a
When we're talking about, no, I'm sorry, when you were talking about women, did you mean like 18, 15 year olds?
I mean women, a class of women
Grown
that are
women.
growing up now
Okay.
that don't want to have anything to do with house chores. It's a whole thing.
That's grown women.
yeah, no, not even.
Oh, yeah.
All these women,
Young
a girl
adult.
like this, for example.
Okay.
you
At
have no-
18.
probably have no se- Let me tell you something. You know that's what I just from
What you're
social
talking about is like working class women. babes,
No.
No. Like from
Young,
a
like
lot of-
teenagers,
this
18, 19,
this 18-year-old
yeah.
girl has probably been on Twitter since she was 14.
Oh, so she's been
imbibing things.
Do
you understand?
The meal.
She's been imbibing things. And let's not lie, social media shapes people.
It does.
The people that propagated "I don't want to cook" on social media are privileged kids. Do you understand? They are privileged kids who, from young, they never had to cook. They had a chef. They had maids that were washing their clothes. They never had to do no fucking chores.
Or some of them spend their entire life doing chores and they grew up to women that said they will never do chores again.
Melody, a lot of the loudest voices about this thing.
There's no chore that they are doing.
That they will not do when they are older.
No. There's no chore that they are doing that is as crazy as what their mothers did or their. Bro, technology has advanced by far. Cooking is easier. Like
you are not washing.
Well,
you are not even washing plates.
There's poundo. How many people are pounding? Should be there's poundo now.
Yeah,
how many
poundo.
people are actually boom, boom, boom? How many people? So
Like so, there's.
I mean, you kill chicken.
But this,
I beg you,
because these girls.
are you building houses with your hands? Are you doing the are you going to war like your fathers? Are you carrying cutlass to the?
But that, I'm not. The difference the difference there is that I'm not saying I'm shanking any response. I can actually cook.
I'm even saying that those things our mothers used to do, our fathers don't. All those things our fathers used to do.
Part of the problem.
Young men don't do it.
No,
so what's the
Melody, you're not actually not wrong. You're actually not wrong. And let me give you a fact. You're not wrong. Let me even give you facts to go with your points.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why we have stupid conversations like this on Twitter
is because we don't have
privilege. It's because we are in the most peaceful era of the world.
That's why
we are in the most peaceful era of the world.
Do you think people in Russia?
40,000 men in Ukraine.
Do you think people in Russia are not talking about this?
People break out. Do you think you are going to war? Who's going to
they
go to war?
They say you don't like men, end men. Men are trapped. Let war break out now.
I want to see you carry gun.
Let war break out now. So we're very happy, we're comfortable. It's like a dollar rate. It's not affecting people enough. It's not affecting people enough. We'll tell who is in charge of CBN now to turn it up some more.
Turn up the volume.
So that it's like
I feel like that's a larger conversation. A lot of girls have imbibed things from social media. I now have a reality distortion. They don't understand that you need to have house chores.
I think these days I'm even more very worried about the gender conversations because like men keep going more to one side and women keep going more to the other side.
There's no middle ground.
And
I thought we got a point of middle ground.
And that's why dating these days is trash.
Yeah.
Bro, dating these days is like playing chess online with somebody you are not really like. Dating is like everybody's like so guarded.
First off,
did you see that thing that somebody posted?
You posted it about what relationship.
See if you can find it.
That guy.
Like dating now, people are so guarded. People have walls, and then there's this whole thing that people are doing generally, and I'm seeing women do it more. I might be wrong, so Melody, please help me correct if I'm wrong. Is this whole
look for that
take me as I am? This is who I am. Take me as I am. This is who I am. Take me as I am.
Someone has a question. What's the worst part of dating in this generation? This guy said fundamentalism, especially in the educated middle class circles. Dating was once a curiosity-driven, gracious affair. Now it's a trauma-informed, rigid vetting system. You don't get the benefits of the doubt. No classless, no grace, just caution. Just caution. And we can't agree to disagree anymore. It has to be my way or your way. Anything else is toxic. And if you are the patient one who's keen on finding a middle ground, that is not me versus you, but us versus the problem, you are called manipulative. Facts. Being the good one. I don't understand
that one, but yeah.
Being the good one gets you punished.
Side eye.
Being the good one gets you punished simply because for them, a good relationship is them always getting their way. And when you are too good, when you are too patient, then you're after his or her money. Or weak. When you put your foot down, you are too controlling. It must always be happy. It must always be happy to the relationship, pleasing and perfect at all times. Anything else is a sign.
It's a flag.
Red flag.
Mercury is a retrograde.
Bro, what does that shit mean?
I don't know.
Mercury is in retro. Is it a star sign?
It's a star sign thing that
young niggas need Jesus.
But continue, Tolani.
It's anything else is a sign that means the relationship is not working out. So we don't try at all to make things work. We just ship out at the first inconvenience. We lack its individuality as we have been groupies all our lives. Facts.
Yeah.
When we come face to face with individuality, it feels like an attack on us. Facts. You could be as loving as a pet or as doting as a painter's brushstroke, as patient as a saint in meditation, but she will still judge you on the preconceived notion that she or he had about your kind. So you are not dating them anymore. You are dating your friends too. You are dating their friends too, both offline and online friends. Navigating dating traumas that you did not cause and have nothing to do with you as a couple. Too much power struggle, very little camaraderie. I want to give this person. I keep forgetting. It's person.
Come on, but
Spot on.
Bro.
spot on.
Spot on.
And you know the wildest
Bro,
thing?
I can't-
It's for men. It's for men as well.
It's from what?
It's for men as well. It's
Yes,
not just
no,
it's
no,
for
no,
men.
it's
No,
both
no,
ways.
spot on both
Everybody.
ways.
He's not speaking on one gender.
Bro.
Wait.
The part that
So perfect.
busted my brain is the
The
friends
sign.
part. The friends part.
My friend said, no, so Tonani, just to speak on
Mercury
a
is
part that he
retrograde.
mentioned, and Tonani just mentioned now,
Yeah.
where he said the friends part, and also the fact that he mentioned that when you're dating someone, you're dating them and their online friends.
Online and offline.
Do you know that we underestimate how much influence social media has on our relationships and just general?
I hear
decision
you.
of
Oh,
life?
that's you, not young except.
I hear you.
No, I'm generally.
No,
I'm just saying
generally.
generally.
Don't worry.
Generally.
Generally, don't worry.
I'm telling you something that there are some opinions that you have. Someone said something, another person said, do you know that on this same thread, but a different response? Somebody said, in response to that question of dating now, someone said, do you know how wild it is that some of the things that your girlfriend or your boyfriend says is their red flag, it's from social media.
Yes.
It's not their red flag.
Yeah.
But social media has TikTok. This is TikTok told her or told him that it's a red flag. So now that has become their red flag.
This thing is more prevalent with women.
I don't think so.
I think it's for men as well. I think it's for men.
I think men do it.
Yes.
I think we
it
men.
is more prevalent with women.
Okay, more prevalent. I hear you.
You said
More
are you
prevalent to
sure?
women.
Yeah, I agree. More.
More-
So it's
bro.
not, you say it doesn't exist with men.
Yeah.
Everything
prevalent.
is a flag, is a banner, is a flagpole.
trigger.
I can't even lie. I can't even lie.
Everything is
aside from
problem.
that, everything is a sign.
Nah,
that-
dog.
wait, could it be? Wait, God is telling me that. Could it be
At
that?
the first sign off, it's prevalent to women. At the first sign off,
Men too, bro.
the
I found myself confronting stuff like that.
no.
Bro,
But
we
men too,
always have to
because of now,
confront-
especially like using myself as an example.
I know this-
Once
I know
I
this
see
thing about
similar traces of past traumatic events,
Jackpa, no money, Linda.
But the
There's some
reality of
things
the
that we
matter
should
is
never
also-
experience twice. Because why?
The reality of the situation is also we also need to be aware.
Self-aware.
Not just self-aware, aware. Like a sense of importance, a sense of timing. Like there are some times when I don't know who was tweeting something like that. There are some times when you date two people that have the same traits. The reason might be why you broke up with the first person, right? Mm-hmm. But sometimes with the second person, you have more capacity to deal with.
to handle it at that time, you have
And you
grown.
need to trust yourself.
You have grown. You have
You
grown.
understand?
Some
Trust
exes
yourself.
train you
Yeah.
to be a better partner.
Trust yourself.
Word. Because it feels like at that point you are now understanding of the fact that maybe this is not a red flag. Maybe it's just something that can be worked on.
Some of you listening to this, you are nodding your head. Nobody train you anything. You are fucking useless. You are toxic. You are wicked. Seek Jesus out.
And you need therapy. I have also realized something that
People need
the
therapy.
most people that refuse to get therapy, the
Are the
most
ones
people
that
that
need it the
say
most.
that they don't need therapy, are the ones spending their time sending other people to
it's like-
therapy.
it's like
You are
trauma.
the reason people are going to therapy, but you think you don't need therapy.
Therapy became popular speak. Do you understand?
Facts,
Like it became pop culture. It became like this cool thing. Oh, you gotta
You need
go
to get
to
therapy.
therapy.
Not in Nigeria though. At what point did it
With
become
the-
popular
with
speaking?
the-
People are going to therapy.
With the
this
people are
country.
going to therapy. With
going
the
to therapy.
with social media people, at least Twitter people, not Insta blog though.
How many Nigerians are going to therapy? We need more Nigerians in those places. Are you joking?
I agree.
Nigerians don't go to any therapy.
Traumatized.
The next thing they'll take that, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what. I'm self-therapizing. If I don't,
The one that
get out of here.
annoys me the most is a woman that doesn't have a mind of her own aside from her friends. I think that's the biggest red flag for it.
What's that?
Retrograding.
Please say that I don't hear.
When a woman doesn't have a mind of her own.
Except for
A
her friends.
mind of her own.
But
Okay.
the point that I got recently was people that have been with her for a long time.
So they know.
So she trusts them more.
So she trusts them more. They've been with her for
And they've seen her in multiple
they've
scenarios
seen her.
and whatnot.
But the reality of the matter is also, if you're not careful,
People will project their own trauma on you.
And if you're not careful,
and number two,
gonna say
people that
something.
don't want to lose their friend. Like, a friend that has been trusting you all her life. What to do? I wanted to catch me there. It's factor.
the friend that has been trusting you all her
friend that
life.
has been
Jagun.
A fantastic movie. I'll come there.
very full.
A fantastic movie. A fantastic movie.
So, like, a friend that you have trusted all your life.
Yeah.
They are your friends. Anything that happens to you, you are telling them your friends. Bro.
Yeah.
A man is sleeping with you, you are telling them.
Yeah.
You are getting wins, you are telling them. You got a job, you are telling them. Your salary, they know it. Are we good?
Yeah.
Guys, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're still here. The conversation continues. If you miss any of what we are saying during the break, catch it all on Monday on YouTube and other podcast streaming platforms. Don't go anywhere. We're still here.
So, but now you have a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So we're talking about relationships and navigating relationships, the influence of
friends.
TikTok, the influence of social media, the influence of your friends.
Wait, you're supposed to do it when we come back.
Are we not back?
We
We're
just
going.
went.
I hate this rubbish, bro. What the hell? Are you people fucking joking? I thought we just came back in. I don't tire, I beg. So,
you're not what you were telling your friends before. Now you're telling your boyfriend. Your friends are going to feel a type of way.
Not true.
No, yeah, facts. Your friends are going to feel a type of way.
The kind of things I tell my boyfriend and the kind of things I'll tell my friend are not the same.
No, there are a lot of things you tell your boyfriend, your partner more things than you tell your friends. That's just facts. Except your partner is not your partner.
Except your partner is not your friend. You have more interactions with
You
your
understand?
partner anyway.
You have way more interaction with your partner than your friends.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. Like there are things that are happening there and then that your friend knows about.
So I also from
The partner knows about.
yeah, in the moments like updating and everything. I also feel like one of the about the dangers of that is you might get into that loop where the opinions you're having are not your opinions.
No, that's
And
the problem.
also you might get into a very dangerous loop of not being able to make decisions on your own or not trusting yourself enough to make certain decisions without someone's input. That's a very slippery slope where you feel like before you make any, you need to ask her, am I making the right decision? At some point, you need to trust your decisions. You
And
need to
stick
trust
with it.
your opinion. You need to trust your gut. And also trust that if you're making a mistake, you're making a mistake. You can't always give that to another
You can't always be safe.
Yeah,
I
always
think
be
that's
safe.
what we. So because we have over, I don't think we have over is not the word, but we've talked a lot about trauma. So everybody has some
more
awareness about trauma
yes.
and what it is.
And
everybody's
toxicity.
I beg, I'm avoiding.
Minus
Yeah.
that, a lot of people are also overbloating the influence of trauma in their lives.
Some people, nobody.
Explain that.
Like,
you are foolish.
a lot of
You are just a
people-
foolish person. It's not trauma
just
that's,
don't get
that's your
sense.
problem.
Maybe not foolish.
No, you know that.
No, some of them are foolish.
Yeah.
Right? But but the reality of the matter is some people also don't know when to release themselves from the shackles of trauma.
Tolani, it's not even not knowing when to release yourself from the shackles of trauma.
Take some power for yourself.
It's not even that. It's that some people now weaponize the trauma so much that they don't feel the need to improve themselves. It has now become your personality, not your problem.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It's the way you now make your mental health problems your personality, as opposed to a problem that needs to be eradicated. Because if you realize that you have trauma, or you have
she's on smokes today.
Please, if you realize that you have trauma, you have mental health issues, why is that your personality? Oh, why didn't you do that? My mental health. Are you working on it, or you want to sit down there for the rest of your life? Like, what are you doing? So now people are now wearing like a cloth and say, oh, I understand that you're traumatized. I understand that you have mental health issues. Are you working on it, or is it your personality now?
Or do you, or are you just also using it to avoid certain
accountability?
things?
Every day they are
Jesus
with
Christ.
every day they are with the gun. with the gun every day.
Why did you do that? My mental.
I'm triggered.
Okay.
I'm triggered.
Okay. Okay.
Tell us the real life situation.
God.
Everything they trigger. All right.
Everything trigger.
So please, it's not enough. Then also they now use that self-awareness thing where they say, at least I'm aware of my trauma. You're aware, so.
Next.
The one that I.
You're aware. So what's the solution?
This is who I am. If you don't take me as I am, come and be
I
going.
beg.
That's part of what that guy is saying.
You are.
You need to improve.
You are foolish.
You know another thing that growth, aging is.
Talk no the full basket.
Growth is teaching me. You need to adapt to relationships, man.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing like take me as I am.
Take you where?
You need to adapt to the realities of being with somebody.
Take
Imagine if the whole world takes you as you are truly.
Excel.
Take you what?
Did you guys see? Okay,
That's why people have horrible friends and don't hold them accountable or correct them.
Or your friend just say any little thing, your friends are telling you, leave that nigga, leave that babe.
Or if you're telling you, oh, it's okay. It's not okay. You're wrong. You and your friends should argue these things out and try to get better.
Shout out to all of you acting like relationships don't matter to you.
It doesn't matter to some people, Sha. People don't care for it.
You. Marriages don't matter to you.
You guys, whatever you like to
Shout
say.
out to all of you that
Some people actually don't care.
Twitter.
Shout out to people that shout out to people that do it on Twitter and end up becoming second wives.
You end up now knocking somebody so
they
silly.
become second wives.
And if you like, okay.
Shout out to all you niggas.
Take me as I am.
All you niggas.
Take me as I am. This whole conversation just reminded me about the OG Usher and
Keke Palmer.
Before we get to that, we're back. All right, guys, welcome back. If you missed any of that, Melody, would you like to fill them on what we're talking about?
So we're talking about relationships and we're talking about the influence of social media, the influence of your friends,
and trauma.
Lack of identity, weaponizing your trauma, and wearing it as a cloak and your personality instead of seeking help.
Everybody needs to do a clap for Melody. She got to Woo! All right, back. So, yes.
What we need to
Palmer.
talk about. No, before we get to Keke Palmer. You guys see the video of the surgeon that came home after a 12-hour shift?
13-hour shift. 13-hour shift. A surgeon came home, a black American, I think.
Yeah.
She came home after. She fine, oh. Ooh, fine. She came home after a 13 because if you come home after 13 hours.
And you look that way. What do you look when you're not stressed?
She came home after 13 hours and made a video that, okay, I'm back from my 13-hour shift. Even it's still in her scrubs. And she went into the kitchen and she started cooking for
her husband.
Now, context, she did not say if her husband requested for it.
She did a video after, actually.
Oh,
saying that what?
She did a video.
She said she enjoys cooking or something.
She said, number one, that everybody in the studio, she thanked them sarcastically.
Oh, but they knock her. The beginning is that when that video came out, they knock her.
They knock her and they knock her husband.
But I don't understand why.
So listen, calm down. Let me give some perspectives. So, like, after that, she said, number one, that she enjoys cooking. That nobody should say rubbish about her husband.
Okay.
That her husband is very supportive
of her.
That is a great husband.
Yeah.
Right? She said it like twice or three times. And she said that she doesn't like when he cooks. I think she even said that she doesn't like when he eats outside.
Okay.
That she likes to do the cooking.
Okay.
And she wants to do the cooking for him. Something like that.
That's her decision.
Yeah, it's her decision.
Okay.
Right? Now, my first problem with that, do you know it?
What?
Why is it on TikTok? Why is you cooking for your husband on TikTok?
Why did people have to know it was after a 13-hour shift?
So what was she trying to do with that conversation?
That's the point.
What were you trying to achieve with saying test?
No.
You were also trying to, what were you trying to do?
Trying to get content now.
It, like, oh, 13 hours. You're trying to perform. Because you're
Like,
wording that would definitely get attention.
He's on her back list.
Like, what are you trying to
What
do?
is this with people? What is this with people and wanting to put their entire relationship online? This babe and her husband have a joint account where they share their love. The husband is also a doctor.
So that means that they are YouTube couple now.
Do you
So
understand?
social media couple. Why you bother? Leave them.
You are a fucking surgeon.
So she knew what she was doing. She knew what she was doing. I beg. Leave those ones. She knew what she was doing.
Surgeon, where they TikTok?
Like, why the fuck
Where
did you have to
be
know?
your death mortality?
There are certain things that we don't even have to know.
Like because there's only one way people are going to react to that thing.
There's only one way.
There's
She knew
only
what she
one
was
way.
doing. You've already said 13-hour shifts, making it seem like you're tired and people are fighting for you.
Like,
it's too long for you to be working and come back home, which is the right thing to say.
But here's another thing that I got from that.
Yeah.
Number one, people need to stop judging relationships based on
30 seconds clip.
and based on captions.
People need to.
mind your business.
Also stop trying to impose their life principles
on other people.
On other
I'm
people.
getting there. Calm down.
Especially your comrades.
Who are my comrades?
Women.
Marriage.
Because even after she explained, there's still a knack.
Yeah. Marriage is about partnerships.
How are you cooking after 13
and
hours?
everybody has a role to play, right? And before people get into
13 hours is
relationships,
too long, Solani.
wait, what?
13 hours. After 13 hours,
Calm
you're
down now.
cooking.
And everybody has a role to play in the marriage, right? And before I feel like people forget that the entire purpose of feminism is for a woman
Choice.
to do what she likes. It's choice.
Ooh.
I was going to say that anyways.
It's
I was gonna
choice.
say that. You can't use activism to scrub out choice.
But I also get the point, or a lot of people hate choice feminism in the sense that, but a lot of women are doing things that are still detrimental to women, to womanhood. Do you understand? I get it.
That
because they
choice
don't know
is
better.
layered.
I get it. It's very layered.
Because sometimes if you do something wrong, you're not aware it is wrong, or somebody comes to tell you. So
Tell you that
sometimes you
it
have
is
to
wrong.
question: is your choice your choice?
Yeah.
Was your choice being influenced by society and grooming and
Or
all
has
of
your
those?
choice been influenced by wokeness too, which is also very destructive.
Ngwanu. Ngwanu.
You understand? Like all these things, I feel like people should, like, let's leave it at choice feminism, because anything after that, we're all just going to keep fighting and countering each other. Do you understand? So coming back to this partnership, everybody comes to the table with something. This baby is a lawyer that's probably in her elite. I mean, doctor in her early 30s. So she understands all these wokeness points. Probably a feminist even, but. And before she got into the marriage, she understood what she was getting into.
And she made a choice.
And she made a choice. And we don't know, like, everybody comes into, and well, this is what I replied to some, shout out to Rani Soros that asked me the question yesterday. This is what people need to understand when people come into relationships. Someone has an excessive request or expectation somewhere, something that every other person will find reasonably excessive.
But so you guys is okay.
But you guys is okay.
You guys,
I'm sure the guy is filling up one of our excesses somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Do you understand?
That's fair. But also, let's not forget that it's okay for people to also question your choice, because sometimes people say things like, oh, I chose to stay in that situation. Doesn't mean the situation is healthy. And sometimes you don't even know that you're in a very unhealthy situation until you're told. We've seen women, not even women, we've seen people have these conversations on social media where they're defending something with their life, with their blood, and someone comes to point out the potholes and the problems in that, and they begin to see it.
While I see your point.
Okay.
I think people should mind their business more.
And people should just be dying or making wrong choices or staying in a situation they shouldn't stay in.
I think people should, because I see your point, Sha.
Yeah.
I do see your point.
Sometimes you have to educate and say, bro, I see your choice, but this is not how it's supposed to.
Yeah, but that's not how you people do it on the internet. Now. If people don't come and say, I see your choice. People say, come out of the trenches of the this thing. Stop being a patriarchy princess. So you go with condescension and knock your fellow women. It's what you do.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yes, the good sister Keke Palmer,
in the video, cosplaying.
clearly is not a fan of Michelle Obama.
Why?
Because Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go higher. She did the opposite. When they go low, we dig 6 feet more. Deeper still.
Double down.
Usher has a new song, a new video for
A new
Boyfriend.
song and a new video called Boyfriend, and
She's cosplaying as Usher.
she's cosplaying as Usher.
Usher's babe.
No,
She's cosplaying as Usher. She's dancing. She's doing the whole.
She's doing Usher's move.
She's doing Usher.
Usher's dance move. She's Usher in the video.
Yeah.
Once
And
again.
there was a cheeky line.
What's the chicken?
what's the chicken?
I can't remember. She said, okay, so at the beginning of the video or something, she was going on and on and on. And she said, because I'm a mom. Like, but I'm a mom
but
too.
I'm a mom too. Oh,
That's not how.
okay. But I'm a mom though.
But
That's
I
what-
mean, yeah, but I mean,
what he
that's what he
tweeted.
said. That's what her ex tweeted.
He just has
He
a
said,
unfortunate. I
but
saw the
you're a
whole thing
mom
and I
though.
was like, shout out to that child, because that's the
He's going to
real
grow up
victim.
and see this.
No, it's not. There's nothing wrong with the thing. It's the relationship between the father and mother
I'm telling you.
that's affected.
Don't, bro. The guy is going to wake up and see what his mom is
I don't
doing.
even think the boy will be proud of
And
the
see what his mom
actions
did.
of
What his mom did.
his mom and his dad.
Yeah.
Both of them.
No, we know that the guy messed up. Now the guy draw first blood.
Yes, he messed up. So I don't
The
think
guy
the boy will be
messed up.
ashamed of his mother. Should be ashamed of both of them and how they've been able to navigate it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my
It's not
mother
an
to
issue of
be...
ashamed. That boy is going to. It will take God, child. They might settle.
Even if they
Two
don't
of
settle,
them.
I don't think
I also
the
want
boy will be okay. I don't think there's anything that will affect him all the way.
I want to
Yeah.
attach some principles that I've been attaching when it's fits my agenda, which is we don't know what's going on in the relationship.
We don't know the full scope of the cooking.
Of the relationship.
It might be a promotional
You
stunt.
don't understand?
No,
like
no.
we don't even know whether the boy has been emotionally manipulating the baby.
We don't know what happened before
we don't
that
know what's
day.
happening
We
before
don't
that.
know the
Why she just came out and
Why
John
he came
Wick,
out to not her. You guys don't change the narrative.
no, that's we're supporting.
Triggered
So
more.
just sarcasm. But anyways, so people started knocking her for the video. I don't know.
Oh, they
Anyway.
don't pull the trigger on the
Fuck you.
homies.
But the boy came out and put out a
Friendly fire.
statement. The boy put out a statement saying that nobody should speak on his behalf and all of that.
Nigga.
Oh, he did?
He did.
Yeah,
Why?
that
Were
was
people
unnecessary.
speaking on his
People were
behalf?
saying that he said he's done, Abi, he has left the religion, all those plenty, and they said
will
reported
be
story.
fine.
Anyway, the OG Saint Obi was buried today.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Saint Obi. Moving from that, I saw a tweet from Old Man Ebro. I saved it because it caught my
Hip hop
attention.
one.
Yeah, he said, I got a call saying it should be noted many major record labels have deprioritized signing rappers. The focus is now African music and Latin music. Rappers better stop being boring and talking about the same shit over and over, chasing TikTok success and comment sections.
Do you want to ask?
No. My journalist friend.
You're a foolish man. So this is the first downtime that hip hop has ever had,
As deep as this.
and we have not even seen the depth of it yet.
Yes.
So there's a breakdown that happened. If you have not listened to that episode of Trap It, so go and listen to it. So by numbers and by releases, right? Hip hop is still the biggest genre. Hip hop R&B is still the biggest genre of music. In terms of revenue, in terms of a lot of things, it's still the biggest. It's just that by moments.
Even longevity.
No, not even that. Like,
Not even that.
Like by moments, like number one albums, number one singles,
Okay.
smash hit records. Like hip hop really peaked between 2016, 2015, and like 2020. Which is like a strong era of Drake where you're seeing number one single, number two single.
Back to back.
Back to back, right?
Go.
It's not been happening as much anymore.
Yeah.
So what could be the cause of that? What are the causes of those things, in your opinion?
Music is trash.
Which of the music now?
Hip hop music.
And do you think it's because this is what I want to say about that?
Of course,
You
I know where
saying
you're going.
you saying hip hop is trash, music is trash. Do you think it's because of the what did Ibro say again? He said they are always sticking to. Please read that.
He said they are still repeating the same shit over and over, and they are chasing TikToks and TikTok success and comment sections.
That's why
That's
the music
the-
is
yeah,
trash.
that-
Because
that's
they
his own
watered
diagnosis.
down.
That's his own diagnosis.
Okay, so I agree with him because at the end of the day, I feel like I have been saying this thing that hip hop.
Of course.
People have been saying it. That hip hop has,
Give me one.
like, I have been seeing it. I don't know. I don't have anything against
Yeah.
Abidi, but for how long?
So-
Everybody cannot be doing music tailored to TikTok.
Can,
like
can I talk
hip hop
on
has watered down.
this? Can I speak on this?
Yeah.
Your shit, bro.
Melody, hip hop. If you want to talk about, so TikTok is the new MTV. So back in the day there was MTV.
Yeah.
There was video culture.
Yeah.
1, 2. When it comes to topic, hip hop has pretty much been the same for years.
Yup. Gun violence, drugs.
Pretty much been the same. Like people that speak about deep shit, they call them conscious.
Yeah.
It's pretty much been the same.
Yeah.
So I don't think the argument of topic really falls in.
No, I don't think so.
And the
'cause
trap
yeah.
and the trap thing that you're talking about, trap prolonged the lifespan of hip hop at the top. Trap is responsible for the reason why hip hop made it to the top of the top, undisputed. Yeah, it is. This trap music that everybody's not.
What do you mean by made it to the top of the top?
Because it's the one
Doing
that got,
numbers.
It's the one that got
The
aside from
charts.
the era of like the 50 Cents
I was about to say
and
that.
the Diddy's with.
Yeah.
But fam, hip hop
The
made
Jay-Z's.
trap mainstreamed hip hop in terms of white consumption.
I hear you when you say that.
And
Made it
white
more
consumption,
appealing to
white
them.
consumption, because people wanted to live the life. People wanted to wear the blings. People wanted to have the grills. Grills have been, but like the lifestyle of trappers.
Yeah.
People wanted to dress like that. People wanted
Yeah.
like, and then the drugs thing. Not even the fact that people are selling drugs. The fact that they are consuming drugs.
I hear you when you say
know?
that, and also made
That's
it
the thing
more,
that white boys love.
made it more appealing to maybe the younger audience, them Gen Zs. And I hear you when you say that.
Of all races.
I hear you. I hear you when you say that. But so now, where do we go?
So like every genre has a downtime melody.
I think
That's
that
the
I
thing.
agree with them when they say
Of
that
course, it's agenda.
the TikTokization of hip hop
The digitalization of music.
brought about the death of
TikTok doesn't
I think
TikTok
so.
has not made a hit in a
But
while.
do you know how wild it is that you're about listen? Do you know how wild it is that you're about to sing a song? You want to sing, you want to drop a record, and you go into the studio and you're counting the seconds to know what will enter.
That's the era that we're in.
Okay, so now that I've watered it down, where do you go next?
Because some people are thriving still.
It works for some people now.
People are thriving.
Some people
Is
make money.
it sustainable?
It's not, but yes.
If something was working
So
for you,
where's the
2, 3,
genre
4
of the
years
music?
straight,
So
you
okay,
say it's
so where is the
sustainable.
genre now?
It's to go down and come back up.
Okay, let's wait.
It's going to come back up.
It will
Let's
come back
wait.
up now.
I think that hip hop as a genre of music, one of the most beautiful things
The people
about
that are suffering now are just victims of the time.
Yeah.
I think that one of the most beautiful things about hip hop as a genre of music is the depth, is the storytelling.
Depth has always been subjective when it comes to it.
Yeah, I hear you, but I think it's the depth. I think it's the storytelling. I think it's the genre that people pay attention to what this person is saying. It's like how I see how people are shouting about double entendre. I'm not the biggest skinny, but people
Double entendres.
double entendre. Oh my god, he said this. Oh my god, he said that. That is something that people have always been big on when it comes to that genre of music. Like people tell you things like, "Oh, for you to understand." Let me finish.
I don't know that. You know, people say the same thing about the Migos, like bars.
Wait, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying trap stars don't have bars, right? I'm not what I'm trying to say.
I get what you mean.
I'm not trying to say trap stars. Yeah,
I'm playing
what I'm trying to
devil's
say that genre of music is people applaud the lovers of that genre of music. People automatically see people that love hip hop as
smarter
than the regular people because of the level of depth that comes with hip hop. It's like how we have conversation about Afrobeat and say, why are you mad about somebody's lyrics? Why are you mad about Apulebule or Amalashita or whatever? Why are you mad about the lyrics of Afrobeat? Because Afrobeat on its own is not very big on. You know what I'm trying to say. Afrobeat on its own is not very big.
No.
Afrobeat as a genre of music.
Use your words, black woman.
Afrobeat as a genre of music is not
It's
very.
not big on intelligence.
It's more of the melodies.
Can you guys hear me?
It's not big on intelligence.
It's more of the melodies and
It's
the fun.
an Olodo
So now,
genre.
if you're not saying, well, that's not what I'm saying. Well, if you're not saying that a genre of music like hip hop should now be has now been watered down so much that people are now looking for TikTok numbers, TikTok cuts, TikTok this, TikTok that. I think that has affected hip hop as a genre of music because
think
of
it's
the watered
affected
down
music,
of
man.
version of whatever.
No, it's the reality of where we are.
Okay, I hear you, but is
It's the reality of
TikTokization
where we
affecting TikTokization? Is it affecting Afrobeats?
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, because see, you can't compare hip hop and Afrobeat.
No, I'm saying that the TikTok.
See, the reason why it's not going to affect Afrobeat is because
there's nothing there before to affect.
no,
Yeah,
no, it's because
it affected not on a grand scale, but like in here at home, like it did
What?
affect. It affected, bro.
no, it's
How?
affected. Like, but
Context now.
Everybody would plan their songs around TikTok. Your song must come with TikTok viral dance and sped up version.
but that's the reality, bro.
But guess what? As much as it is the reality, it started taking away from the art. People now started focusing more on these gimmicks than
Isn't that the same
making
thing?
quality music.
That's what I'm saying about
bro,
hip hop.
my
And as a
bro,
genre
my
of
bro,
music, it cannot survive
my bro.
on gimmicks.
When
I don't think.
when MTV came, people complained that watered down the quality of videos.
That
MTV?
MTV watered down the
watered
quality
down
of
the quality of videos. Like at the time,
It was a conversation.
it was a conversation. Like it changed the way people used to make videos.
Yeah.
For the positive,
For you, because we were born after 1986.
Yeah.
You
You
understand?
didn't meet what
You didn't meet
videos
the
were
original,
like,
like,
pre.
what it was.
What
pre-
video were like
Yeah,
pre MTV.
like people were claiming like anytime something mainstreams a form of art,
Yeah.
people think it waters down the quality.
But to follow up my point, like it didn't even last so long. Like that thing is almost dying here. That whole TikTok viral dance. When last did you see a big artist use like soft to do campaigns?
still
because you
so-
can't afford software.
Big artists.
I still see it.
Big artists.
No, they still they use soft.
They use
Big
soft,
artists. Who?
Still they use soft.
Who now? Give me an example.
I don't want to mention names because
Me
now
too.
I'm going to be revealing that they are doing marketing and niggas
The
are going to
audience
come
is
from.
not dumb, bro. The audience knows. Like the audience knows now. This is one of the most interesting things about this era is
He did for
the
your
audience
face.
has
Caught up.
The audience has caught up. They see a song on number 5 and they're like,
Why is it there?
Do you understand? They
People
know now.
People
They
know the gimmicks, yeah. So
They
now
know.
it's not.
Shout out to the
News to them.
farms, bro.
It's not a.
It's
It's
not
not.
news
It's
to
not a
them.
belly in the car situation.
It's not.
Anyway,
it's not
so
news to them.
like about the Afrobeats and the difference between Afrobeats and hip hop, I think hip hop has tried.
Very much. 50 years.
It has.
Jesus.
It
Hip
has.
hop has tried. Like hip hop needed trap, emo, trippy trap. Like drill was what was meant to take over from trap and take hip hop to another 5 to
What's
10
even
years.
going on with that?
But the problem with
actually?
drill is
Yeah.
too one dimensional.
Like what's good? I
It's
thought
too
you
one
was
dimensional.
gonna
The flows are very hard to
understand.
Do you understand? Like it's
To repeat, or
the
I don't know, to
culture of drill
consume.
is not following the music.
But the people that can do drill well.
Oh, I agree. But the culture, like hip hop, trap culture followed trap music. Drug culture followed boom bap. Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
gangsterism followed boom bap,
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
right?
Yeah, it did.
The era of sampling, early era was niggas trying to move with R&B.
Yeah. Cutting up.
Do you
R&B
understand?
records and
Now,
flipping them.
what's the culture of drill is like? It comes from violence, but you niggas don't want violence.
Bro.
Like, there's no culture that follows drill. Minus that, as good as the music is, the life. How do I explain this? The essence of drill doesn't permeate for long enough for it to have long-lasting impact.
Drill.
Yeah. Like
Doesn't.
the essence of drill music doesn't permeate. Like there are one or two records that can do that.
And that's when the producers go to war.
And when the rappers actually do rap inside it. Like one of the reasons why Sprinter is going crazy is because the amount of quotables on that song is
madness.
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Madness.
It's bonkers.
So it's not just that people are dancing, people are also reciting the lyrics.
Bro.
So it can stay. But a lot of drillers people are rapping off beats on drill, man. Shut the fuck up.
That entire rapping off beat thing, I will never understand it. What are you doing?
How do
Like-
people enjoy Blueface?
Like
man?
sometimes
How people enjoy.
Blueface.
I'm listening to it and like, did you make a mistake? Did you want to take it back? Do you want to? Is the producer too fast? Should they slow it down? I'm like, no, that's the style. Which style?
To be honest, I feel for them because it's very hard to stay on the drill on the beats on drill records. It's very hard.
I beg.
Especially if you are going with the flipping style.
I beg.
Bro,
I
it's
beg.
very hard because drill requires a specific type of technique.
Nigeria
And
is
the
hard
amount
enough.
of flows that you can go with on drill is probably like 5 or 6.
Nigeria is hard enough. I know get strength. I'm
So,
religious.
like, I think hip hop is coming down right now. It's going to come back up very soon. It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
It is.
Gonna come back up.
It's
Going to come back up.
It is.
Let's talk about what are we missing?
So please, did you guys see the
No,
conversation?
define topic for us.
Did you guys see the conversation of that guy that was getting dragged?
What guy was just in
That
drag?
posted this wish list for his house.
Hey, I saw that, and apparently what happened was,
He said he was transferred.
first of all, those guys had a beautiful wedding.
very,
they were, like,
very
in the
low key,
garden.
like very.
So apparently,
it's
people
small.
on my Instagram know them. So I saw their videos a lot on feed,
Yeah.
a couple stories a couple of days ago. I saw like a lot of them, and I watched one. They had like a small
I think
low-key
they're
Very
wedding
TL fave
small.
couple.
in a
what?
garden.
They're TL fave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's children. of
They're
God
like
people.
in a garden.
Yeah.
I was in a garden. It was beautiful. So my first time I encountered the video, I was like, oh, such a nice couple, such a nice wedding, cute. Only for me to come a few days later and those cute people were being ravaged on the timeline by
We're getting broken
hyenas,
in.
by digital hyenas who have no joy at home.
Welcome to the land of the hyenas.
Who have no joy at home. So apparently,
Shout out to Sway.
they posted their wedding on Twitter and people started reaching out to them, telling them that they should put out. They're like people in their.
Oh, really?
That's
who
what
know
they
them.
said.
People who know them. Some of the people who came on Twitter and said, listen, I told them, I'm one of those people that said, put out a wish list.
So
What do
yeah,
you want?
people were saying that you should have sent it to the DM.
No.
If somebody
I
is
think
asking you for
create
something
a
personal.
WhatsApp group.
Yeah, that's
Can
what
we
people were
start with-
saying. That so if my friend should ask like, okay, Tonani is okay, like now Tonani is asking me, I need something from you.
Yeah.
So my response to Tonani is asking me that he wants to buy me something is to create a wish list on social
Fair,
media.
you guys are actually right because the first
me
thing
ask
there
you.
is that I would say people like if you see a wish list, you don't mess with it or you're not on look. keep it moving.
Like, keep it
but then
moving.
again, whatever you bring into the public space now belongs to the public space.
If you walk naked to the market square,
you go
don't
feel
be
am.
angry when you get dragged to the asylum.
You go feel
what the fuck is that Chinua Achebe you just said?
Peter Doche type thing.
I hear you, but I also feel like Tolani, shut up.
I
Bro,
feel myself.
all
I came
the-
up with that on
Bro, all
why.
the quotes in
Rubbish.
Jagun Jagun.
Let's not go. Let's
All
finish
the parables, all
this
the- bro.
thing now.
No,
Oh
because now
oh my God, let's not enter Jagun
Bro.
Jagun. We're not done with all these guys.
Now get it.
Stop going off a tangent. Let's finish with these people. The point I'm trying to make in this conversation is that whether or not they put out the wish list, the responses were too Dracula. People were dragging them unnecessarily and saying things that were very unnecessary. Like, are we going to crowdfund for your baby? Are we going to crowdfund for your life? Blah, 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 blah.
But you people will do it for Big Brother. Yeah, you crowdfund Big Brother. You crowdfund.
their sister.
Yeah, you crowdfund.
But
Big
in
brother.
that situation, people associating with success. People like associating with success.
Yes, it's not the same. And also, let's
A young couple coming together to marry in this economy
success.
is a success.
And guys, I feel like sometimes we get blinded by our privilege that we don't understand some certain things that we
That's
think,
what I said yesterday.
certain things that we think
That's what I said
is,
yesterday.
or things that we feel are normal. People are struggling with it.
But-
There's nothing wrong with a young couple struggling to get
True.
things
Hold
in
that thought.
furniture
Hold
in their
that thought.
house.
Hold that thought.
Disagree.
Let's go on a break. Guys, we're going on a break. We'll be back shortly. Remember, the full audio and video comes out on Monday. Catch that. If you're still watching, if you're still here with us, Pop Central TV, don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this break.
Because they are young people, they're just starting out life. The fact that you got it easy, or it does not really, Twitter has skewed our reality so much that we think everything is just roses.
But so I don't know how to say this because like I didn't want to even in the private conversation that I was having yesterday. I found it hard to address it because I didn't want it to seem like I was shaming somebody.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I didn't want it to make it seem like I'm shaming you because now.
don't have.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I found it very hard to speak about it.
Yeah.
The only
Even
thing I blame
privately.
them for is they have no sense of right and wrong. Just because people can put wish lists on Twitter for birthdays, doesn't mean you can do it for your marriage.
It's not the
Do
same.
you understand? It's not
It's
the
even
same.
false equivalent.
You understand? And what they did in that tweet was that they said they did it for their wedding as well.
They did. I saw
Read the
people say
tweet,
that,
though.
but I don't know.
Let's say the guy tweeted it like there was that their wedding too, but
They
God came through, something like that.
Oh.
Do you understand? Like
Oh.
So remember, the first heist was successful. It came for a
Jagun.
sequel.
what people were saying is not wrong. What people were saying was, I also get what people were saying. Or I got what people were saying in the sense that it feels like you're not ready to get married. Do you understand? Like, it feels like you're not ready to get married. So why not wait for 2 years? Gather your money together.
But again,
Away from this is not about the couple, please. This is
Yeah.
not about the couple.
Yeah, this is not about them.
Responding to what Tolani said, that this is not about the couple. Responding to what Tolani said about why can't you just wait for 2 years? You know, it's not the same with Christians, right?
They want to knock.
Because they do need to fuck. No, guys. Oh, shit. Wait. Because Tolani can be saying, why don't you wait for the next year? Because you have met a girl today. You people have already done everything today. Did you see all those TikTok
as a
videos?
sinner that you
Do you
are.
understand? You people met today. She has moved it tomorrow. She has stayed where she meet the next day. She has stayed where she meet the third day. She has stayed cooking for you the first day. The boy has started going to the market with you.
Oh
The boy
my
has
God.
started dropping you off at work. You people are already living couple. It's not the same. For Christians, they have to go
Cohabiting.
through. You're already cohabiting, but for Christians, they have to go through the process. So how long more? Sister, brother, Tolani?
Let's say something. People,
Aside from that, they could be marrying early for many reasons. Maybe they are planning on jackpying.
Yeah.
I don't think so. They are just
I know. I
not
saw this about
jackpying.
someone say that. I hope people know that for Christians, they do need to.
but like another thing is also like the money.
And it's not about the couple. I'm just generally saying.
Another point that people made.
And it's not
was-
about Christians. I'm just making a joke.
Another
People
point
should
that
not
people
kill me.
made was the money that you gather for the wedding. Why didn't you just do a sitting room wedding?
The wedding they did was actually
Even a small
small.
wedding.
It was
It's a garden,
small,
bro.
Tolani. It was
When I say
actually.
garden, don't
it
think
was-
lavish, oh.
It was very intimate.
It was very intimate, oh.
Intimate spa.
Very intimate. They don't reach 30. I don't still say they
I don't
reach
know- I don't know
30
the number,
from
but it was
the
very
video.
intimate.
No, my
30 or
problem.
40.
I mean, I got the point that people were trying to make. Like, I don't know.
Me, I feel like I saw the thing and I was like, this is what happens when you bring your things to
There's no
your
nuance.
precious things to the public space.
There's no
Don't
nuance.
bring,
like
don't
because
bring your pearls.
Yeah.
Don't bring your
there's no
pearls.
nuance. Now everybody wants to have an opinion. Everybody wants to have an opinion.
Don't bring your pearls
Someone
to
even
the bar.
said that wish list they put out is the list that they created for themselves for the things that they need in their house.
And they put
so they
it
just
out.
copied and pasted. But who will listen to that on social media?
Yeah.
You don't go.
But at the same time too-
what pissed someone off was the fact that they put pegs there.
Pegs, yes. Now.
You guys like you are.
Didn't they put a rope line or be something for spreading clothes?
That's why I really believe they just copied and pasted.
Because who asked people
Do you
to buy them
understand?
rope lines or
So,
whatever?
but
Lines, rope, I don't know
also
what
like,
to call it.
people need to calm down.
Bro.
Like, calm down.
I think there's
it is fine to see something
and move on.
not agree with it, and not tweet anything, not say anything. Just go.
Excel. It's even fine to it's even fine to disagree
Hell.
and tweet it, but not in a mean or condescending manner. Why can't people just disagree without being so mean?
I don't think. See, I think another reality on Twitter that we are imbibing. So again,
Wow.
it goes back to the point that I was trying to make about all those women that come on social media and they say they can't cook. It's because you have never had to cook in your life. You don't know what chores are. So you come on social media and now you want it to become everybody's reality. It can't be everybody's reality. You understand? It comes back to these people. A lot of people are privileged. They don't know what it's like to not have money and have dreams. They don't.
Especially in a country like Nigeria.
They don't know what it's like
that
to
is
not have
out
money
there,
and have dreams.
out there for you.
So,
Anyways, Jagun Jagun, have you guys seen it?
I said it's
Except what about you?
I was watching my friends about sleeping and waking up, but all I can remember was I just see the son of Akara. Like I was seeing some mad proverbs around Akara, and I was like, "What's going on here?" It was just so funny. Welcome back, guys. In case you missed any of that, we were talking about wishlist,
And now we're talking about Jagun Jagun.
and now we're talking about Jagun Jagun. The full thing comes out on Monday, so please check it out.
Did you like it, Tolani?
But my people that watched it, though, they loved it, though. They actually loved
Wait,
it.
Tolani, you didn't like it?
No, I haven't watched it. I plan to do so this weekend.
to write a review about that movie. I think it was a good story.
Okay.
I like the way it unfolded. But my grouse with it, what was my grouse with it again? I think I tweeted about it. Was that I don't know. So there's a thing with me and movies and detailing.
Okay.
Do you understand? Like in terms of the storytelling, in terms of like reality. For example, something that sets me off in a movie. Excel. For example, we're talking about that movie, The Covenant, Guy Ritchie's new movie.
Guy Ritchie, yeah.
Right. You know what one of the things that pissed me off about that movie, like you were in a house, people were coming in, like you can you heard on the radio that you stole from someone that you killed, one of them that you killed.
Yeah.
That they are looking at you in the house, but you walked out of the house and you were now going to look for them. They're not going to quack you.
That's not what you do. That's not what your
that's
first.
not what you would
that's
do
not
as
what
a
your
human
first
being.
instinct to be.
Do you
It's to be
understand?
to
So those
run.
things are counterintuitive.
It's like, what
so
are you
anytime
saying?
I see it in a movie,
It's like, what are you saying? That's
fuck are
not
you
real.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That storyline
do you
is not
understand?
adding up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of lack of detailing like that in Jagun Jagun. I can't really
You can't
remember
remember?
them now.
Okay.
But there were some of them like that. But I liked some of the performances. I like the performances of Femi Adebayo. I think it was also good again.
Exceptional.
I think it was very good
Bloody
again.
hell. He
I
killed
thought it was
it.
very good, and I like the angle of the what's it called? What's that person? Like there's a lot of political statements in the movie as well, in terms of tyranny, oppression,
Yeah.
all of that,
Abuse of power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we seeing a mainstream return of the Yoruba epics?
Bro, I'm waiting.
here for
This is
it.
what I'm here for.
I am here for
Because
it.
there's also another one out in cinemas called Orisha. I haven't seen it, but people have also
Do
said
you know
that's
why?
very good.
People need
I'm
to
here
why
for
people,
it.
people want to have jungle fever.
Like, I'm even.
Niggas have been too cool on social media.
And guess what?
Jazz is not real.
So
People are liberal, elite, you know.
And even for those Yoruba epic movies, you can see the level of detailing.
Now you are seeing jazz.
You guys, forget that one. Forget that one. For another reason why I am here for it is because for these Yoruba epic movies, you can see the storytelling. You can see the intentionality in the storytelling as compared to.
You need to go and watch Ishelela.
Which one?
Let's go and watch old Yoruba epics.
Wait, I also remember this one. Wait, please, wait. God, what's that popular one now? Eron, not Eron Ya Oshogbo. Kotoaye.
Rob, let's know. It's 11 p.m. We can't be talking about which movie here, please.
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 Um,
No, did you watch Jagun Jagun?
You said
I
he
know. I
was
said
watching,
I
but
was watching,
off
but I
and
was
on.
So
sleeping
but you know
off.
my biggest grasp to that
I was
movie.
sleeping off.
The score pissed me the fuck off.
You know, film.
No, so the music was good, but they were misusing it. I would like to have a word with the music director. Like for example, where that girl died. Except when you watch the movie, know this thing.
Oh, I don't know the girl.
Wait.
Don't spoil it for me. Which girl?
You know what?
I've not finished.
Oh,
Don't
sorry.
worry.
Which girl? Oh,
Where
God.
the girl died. Anyway,
Hey, which girl?
where the girl
Don't say
died.
the girl that died. Don't
I'm
say the
not
girl that
saying
died.
it.
I
Where,
hate movie
where the girl
spoilers.
died.
There's only one girl that died.
Wait, is it? Is it family girl's daughter that died? That
Yeah.
loved. Why did you tell me? I asked, but I didn't have an answer.
But you just asked him.
You shouldn't have answered.
Women.
Do you understand?
Women.
Why did you answer
You
now?
literally
Do you
just
understand?
asked him a question.
I was just asking for asking sake. I didn't
Oh
want an
my
answer.
God.
The girl died.
Yeah, she died.
Don't cry when you watch it though.
Aw.
Anyway, so when she died, Excel,
Such is
they were
life.
playing
God.
a triumphant theme. You know what triumphant
Person
theme?
died.
Why you
Yeah.
Why you doing that?
No, not that one. Not like the mellow ones.
Yeah.
But you know the type of theme that Anzima will play at the end of a movie
Yeah.
after actor don't win.
Yeah.
You know? That the type of
It's not so loud with the brass, but it's uplifting.
It's very
good.
uplifting.
Yeah.
My guy played some dark shit. This score wasn't bad in terms of the composition. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first score they played off the charts.
Who directed this movie?
I think Femi Adebayo produced. I can't remember. How directed.
It's a Femi Adebayo movie, but I don't know who directed.
Try and
director.
find him. We should try and reach out.
So maybe they should
Femi
come on the
Adebayo,
spot.
right? Let's have a
Yeah.
conversation with him. I would
Try and
love
reach
to.
out. Plus, he's an OG.
Yeah.
His performance was exceptional.
And this is the
That
second
thing that
movie
he does
killing
with his
this year.
neck.
That's the second
I
movie
was
killing
like,
this
what are you
year.
doing with
What's
your
that?
neck? Yeah, he did one before earlier. I can't remember.
About Lee.
He did one
Epic
before.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's on
Ah,
Netflix.
so the
Yeah.
epics are back.
What's that song?
Let me find it. It's not the first one. And that one too was really amazing. People loved it so much.
Femi Adebayo, Netflix.
People loved it so much. Femi Adebayo.
The epics
No,
are
let me
back.
find it because there's a way I want to say it.
Okay, Dulu, is it?
Shut up.
What?
You know, I actually switched it up.
Oh,
and
it's not here.
Start bringing Nollywood people.
Nollywood guys, Abi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can't
Every
find
time
it.
music industry and all streaming farms and whatnot. Yeah. What they will say, I'm not a streaming farmer, I'm a fisherman. I love that guy. I love that guy.
Oh my god.
There's
What's
a
the title of this movie?
there's
Where
a
he played-
guy.
Yeah, an arm robber.
I know I saw it, but I can't remember the title of it.
Is in Woko Chidu maybe.
Who is that?
Shout out to you.
Directed the movie.
No. I'm just hearing the guy.
Who is he?
The guy has sent us like 4 or 5 emails.
Somebody told me that they be sending mails. I'm not reading them. Please read the mails.
No, but I announced it on the last episode. I will read it.
Yeah, let's read mails. Right, Tolan is looking for the movie.
Is it Woko
I can't see it.
Chidu maybe? This guy say, before I start, Moto, check your email. I sent you something and no be baddies.
That's what the Eze guy said.
That's what he started the email.
Okay.
Say, question 1, Excel, when you read what Brimo said about Igbos during the elections, how did it make you feel since you worked with him and spent some time in Aba?
Hey, boy.
Did you get any DM from anyone asking you to call him out like Koromone? Lord, that baby's foolish.
Except you didn't have to say that part though.
I'm reading the email. Oh. It's there here. Oh. Digital footprint. I know Adam. I know Edith. I know.
Go on.
No, nobody reached out to me to do that. And even if they did, I wouldn't have done that.
Why not though?
It's just not my thing.
Okay.
If I see Brimo in real life, we'll have that conversation. That's all. I felt the type of way when I saw the tweets. You know, I haven't seen him since then. Anytime I see him, we'll have that conversation. Question 2, Tolan, this is for you. Do you feel Tere Akpala came in the wrong generation? He added his Fuji influence to his trap, and it was really dope.
It wasn't Fuji, what's Akpala though?
In
Two
recent
different
times, Sheyi Vibes has been heavily praised for it, but Terry wasn't appreciated very well.
That's not true.
Say vibes doing Akpala,
J Vibes is Akpala influence in a lot of ways, yes.
but not as much as Terry Akpala.
Terry, his own is kind of blended with Fuji.
With Fuji, yeah, it's not like Akpala.
But there's a lot of Akpala influences in what J Vibes does, yes.
Yeah.
But Terry Akpala, I think I'm not going to. Did it come too early?
No, but don't you see what the guy is saying actually?
I get the point.
Yeah, I get the point.
I'm just saying that Terry Aquala also had his moments.
Yeah, an argument could be had.
Champagne Shower was a hit.
In the club.
Yeah, but look at the longevity of these other guys and how long they stayed.
There's a lot of things that happened with Terry Aquala.
I need to go and play that song again, don't
Like,
they?
a lot of things.
Yeah, personal things.
Yeah.
But do you think
Champagne
he?
showers came now, though.
No, but guys, I think he came earlier. Maybe a bit too early.
No,
Yes.
but what I'm saying is, all things being equal for him, it would equally have been big at that time.
And I think he can still come back.
Yeah.
This is a good time because people are paying attention to this.
Are you going to give him the amount of investment that he needs? You know.
Question 3. What do you guys think about the Logos Olori video that got those people overreacting and the video taken down?
I think they're all foolish, man.
Did we talk about it?
We didn't talk about
We're
it.
not back at the time.
I have
I
a
think.
hot take.
Go on.
I have a hot take.
Go on.
Why always Islam?
Why?
Why always Islam?
Why always Islam? That's a good question. But I don't know if you are aware that they've released another video.
Yeah, they released a new video
Did they
and they
brand-
changed it.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, why always Islam? Did you see what happened in Pakistan this week?
What happened?
Where they were blowing up churches.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. And shout out to Odi for real said, Islam is a religion of violence.
I saw it.
It's true.
Maybe not. No, I don't think that's. I don't know.
Melody. What part? Don't let me say that.
Totally.
A large part. Wait. Let's start with Africa for example. Islam came into Africa via violence.
Via violence.
Usman Afodi.
But so did the Christian religion in a lot of regions. Maybe not Africa,
I
but
agree
through
with
the
you.
Crusades and
But why
whatnot.
has the violence on a
Sustained
massive scale
to this
has been
point.
sustained in Islam more than
To this point.
more than any
More
religion, in
more
fact.
than other religions.
Wait. So when we have these conversations, my question is it the religion or is it the
Or the
people that
culture?
practice the religion?
I think there has to be something about the religion if
Is it
it
the
makes people.
religion? 'Cause I don't think that the religion.
I think there's a
But
militancy.
the violence is linked with for the
Yeah.
people that do practice. Like
They use it as a
your
backing.
point is
Yeah.
your point is even. I think where you're really getting to, and correct me if I'm wrong, is it's not all Muslims that are violent.
It's not all Muslims that are
However-
violent.
However, of all the religions in the world,
Islam
where
has much more.
people they practice
Violence.
violence in the name of their religion,
Yeah.
Islam they top the charts.
Bro, how many religions have blown people up in the name of religion?
Yeah,
How many people don't crash World Trade Center?
Islam they top the charts. So there's a conversation. there's
Do you understand?
there's an
Like,
argument
like
there.
people are going to say it's Islamophobia, but it's not.
Yeah.
Instead of calling it Islamophobia,
At this point, it's a rational question.
instead
It's
of
not
calling it Islamophobia, how does
Islamophobia-
Islam have a
Introspection.
bro?
Yeah.
Introspection and,
Islamophobia would be like just seeing every Muslim and saying,
Fuck you.
"Oh, yeah, a
profiling
terrorist or
every
whatever,
year.
whatever."
Yeah.
It reminds me of one episode of.
But people don't know how much they are because this reminds me of when I was in Unilag.
Islamophobic.
No. People don't know how much bias or whatever they have. I remember when I was in Unilag, there was this guy that if you had this kind of conversations, he would be so triggered because he's a Muslim.
trust me, I
He would
know.
be so
Yeah, of course.
all
triggered.
my
Understand.
Muslim friends.
And then the first time
Can be
he
like
found
that
out
as
that I was from Adamawa, he was like, Adamawa, Boko Haram.
I'm like, oh wow.
And
you're like, oh, wow.
You see?
Wow.
You see?
Honestly, stereotypes are not unfounded. That's just reality. That's what everybody needs to accept.
Stereotypes come from somewhere.
Yeah.
Are they bad? Yes.
They're
Because,
bad.
you know, then people get carried
And
away.
it's not always right. So
All right, you guys should have an episode with the Loose Talk Giants and talk for like 5 hours. Bro, we get
We
work.
need to have some crossover episodes.
Yeah, we actually get work.
I actually think that loose talk would be a good crossover episode.
That'll be wild though.
To be wild.
But let's talk people they've
That's the thing. They're now grown and
they are
censored.
censored.
They're so
They are not loose anymore.
They're not loose
They
at
should call
all.
it political
Oh
talk.
my God.
Political talk.
Oh my
And
God.
the kind of energy
But we
that
should do some crossover.
yeah wait
But
the kind
we
of
should do it, though.
the kind of energy that they are looking for from a loose talk and us together is not what will happen.
No, it's probably good. People like
Depends. So AOT2
Bro,
AOT2 never on stage.
that
That
fire
is
still
bro,
there.
AOT2.
bro.
But you
AOT2
see-
is a warrior.
you still
Even
see
Steve will go activate small. Steve go
Osas-
activate.
Osas- Osas will be like your
Osas will not
dad.
give you
Osas
anything.
is
Osas is not going to give you anything. He's not going to
Osas is
give you
no.
anything. But that's a good. That's
This
a good
guy
one.
actually gave me some career advice in this
did you
email.
see? Did you guys see the podcast that someone said we should do crossover with?
Which one?
Yeah, somebody advised that we should do a crossover episode with I Said What I Said.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be
That's
nice.
never going to happen. But let's continue.
Not never. Why? It might happen.
Okay.
You guys said, Excel, I think you should try stand-up comedy. You're very hilarious. Thank
Yeah.
you for thinking I'm a joke. Lastly, please let Melody breathe. Don't suffocate her. I appreciate the fact that you guys have different opinions and apply nuance as well. It's beautiful to see in this day and age.
I just saw your password.
Sorry for sending you guys
Idiots.
an email. Let me go to the next one. Hello guys, how you doing? So nice to have you back. The streets miss the pod a lot. Now that you guys are back, there's now something to look forward to on Mondays.
Thank you, guys.
Some episodes ago, somebody sent a fan mail talking about not knowing the next direction after graduating from university.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah.
And you guys said in the simplest term, be careless. That has resonated with me so much since I heard it. Basically, it knocked my soul in Motolani's voice. I began to worry less and I have made a conscious decision to live in the moment and enjoy myself.
That's good.
And be careless. I haven't gotten a better advice than that in a very long time. You guys are the best.
Thank you very much, bro.
Then the guy also sent us. The guy is a writer and he sent links to stuff he has written. He's written, yes. Sharply wanted to plug my content. I'm really in love with culture and music, and I'm trying to make a career in pop culture.
Do it, my G. Do it.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
We are rooting for you, bro.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
Strong.
What's the guy's name? Maybe we can tell people to go check out his articles.
Okay, his name is Philemon Jacob.
Oh, shout!
Okay.
I think I know that Twitter.
Philemon
okay.
Jacob.
Philemon OJ or something.
Philemon
like
Jacob. Philemon Jacob. All right, we have another one from Tumi Olatunji.
that guy. Shout out to me last.
Do you guys know this person?
It's not the first one that sent the first. Oh, that's an Igbo name.
So what did Tumi say?
Great to have you back. You have been instrumental in discussing difficult questions in
Thank you.
my relationship. So this is a thank you.
We counselors now.
Please send us your relationship questions. Let's
chop it up.
give you a word.
Let's chop
Well,
it up.
today I'm reaching out because I want some critical review from the team. I'm a creative in the diaspora, and it's been almost 5 years since I have been back home. Quick background: I started making music here in the US, approximately about 2 years ago, with some records I consider amazing, but I do not put out because I prefer to get it right. The problem is it is hard to get people to work with from here. But I thought to reach out to your team. Okay, I would like your honest feedback on some of them. So he attached a SoundCloud link. Okay.
Instead we listen to that.
It's plugging.
Okay. This mail is so funny. The guy titled it Una Get Luck.
Say we come back. I think
Una get luck. Una really get luck.
So una come back.
Una no come back. Una no, for don't feel
I knew that's what I was gonna say.
Jokes aside, welcome back, guys. I'd been so distraught for long that I had to go re-listen to 75 to 85% of your episodes from, in quotes, the former podcast. Who is this guy? I've seen Motolani, Excel, and Melody at different times in different settings before you guys came back. One of which was this was a brand event
Okay,
that
please.
me and Motolani went for.
Okay.
SARS was a DJ. If you can
Oh,
remember.
okay. I was there now.
No, not that
No,
one.
you were not there.
This one you were not there.
Okay.
In fact, I was coincidentally listening to the Michelle Jackson episode the week before the new Don Jazzy episode came out.
Oh,
wow. And so when the Chi joke came back, it was still fresh in my mind. Nice. I also went back to listen to the GRV episode with a little more perspective because I did not know who GRV was at the time.
Yeah.
We got a lot of this, by the way.
Yeah.
Even on
Yeah.
Twitter.
I mean, shout out to.
I think winter. Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to the work that God used us to do.
It was really interesting to see how things had changed and how much of what he said in that conversation came or didn't come to life. I really wish y'all were around during the election season. No, we were trying to stay alive.
Before we go and say rubbish.
Congrats on the new TV show, and I'm sure it's gonna get better from here.
Hallelujah.
I don't know about other listeners, but I'm a serial podcast listener, and these 2 hour episodes are not doing it for me. Producer CJ,
This what?
the 2 hours not doing it for him.
Right.
There's a lot of that, by the way.
Right.
Guys,
It's so bad that I don't listen to the episodes on some weeks, just so that I can have 2 to listen to in the next week. So he they stack them up.
Are you
As I'm
serious?
speaking to you now, I've only gone about 20 minutes into the Don Jazzy episode. So I beg Pop Central. The guy even begged Pop Central. I beg, help us stretch the times more, even if it's only
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yes.
On the days that were on fire, we'll have to beg Bob Central to
Yeah.
give us another 1 hour. Even if it's not on TV.
For just the
We
audio,
can work
yeah.
on that. Not set in stone, but we can work on it.
Yeah. The guy also dropped a feedback here for our vocal editor saying that the guy should go and be listening for whenever Motolani laughs. That Motolani laugh is very heavy. Make it reduce her.
Okay.
And I said, finally, let the Gen Z breathe. I don't know what Gen Z did to you, but I'm always triggered every time you guys mention songs.
Sorry, my
And
G.
say our Gen Z audience will relate to this. The most recent one being the Don Jazzy reference about us not knowing when he used to be quiet. I'm Gen Z by birthday and I started listening to music so early that I don't think there's any music reference you've made that I'm not aware of. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I know it's the much younger audience you're referring to, but even though it's a pain. Sorry,
bro.
Big blessings and keep it going, guys. Then we have
more.
Yes. We have like 3 or 4 more even, Seth.
Except, but you know we can't take everything.
We can't take everything.
Take one
I'm
more.
going to take one more.
Yeah.
This one says, hello guys, welcome back. The quality of the guests is so great, and I love the fact that you guys settle down with the guests to have these conversations. Please, when will the next live show happen? A friend of mine was at the live show you guys had in Yaba, and that's how he found out about the show and told me about the podcast then.
Aww.
So me and that friend have been following from that podcast to this new one.
This is
and we're looking forward
amazing.
to the next live show.
Shout out
This
to
is
you.
so amazing.
Right.
So we're gonna keep
What's
that
the
email
person's
address,
name?
of course, and we'll text him.
Joe
over.
White, but this
It's not. That's a Yahoo name.
yeah, maybe
Shout out
you
to
know,
Joe White,
you
man.
know.
You
That's
don't
fine,
say
Joe White.
this we know.
So yeah, shout out to you. We'll be back. Don't worry.
What's the email again?
0conditionspod@gmail.com.
And guys, we are taking calls on this show now. Call in. Let's talk.
Are we?
Yeah, we
Producer said no, we're not.
Oh, we're not
He said
taking
no, we're
calls.
not.
Okay.
Okay. All right, cool.
Sorry.
Anyways, keep sending
let's
the-
do emails for now
Please.
because you guys can be chaotic.
Very chaotic. So, yeah.
Zeroconditionspod@gmail.com. Funny enough, I just feel like you guys, the audience, you guys have been really supportive.
Amazing.
shout
That
out
is
to
your
you
Mori
guys, man.
podcast.
Yeah,
Bro.
that episode really traveled. Like it
And
traveled.
that's what
Shout out
happens
to
when
you
your
guys.
guest is just ready to just be themselves and just
No,
have
shout out to the
conversation.
audience, man.
Shout out
If
to
you
the
have done
audience.
it and they didn't listen, go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shout
actually.
out to the audience. If you are listening to this podcast and you still haven't subscribed to our YouTube, you're an enemy of progress.
I still got messages from last week of people telling me we're not back. I'm like, what's going
We are
on?
back, please.
I'm like,
check
kí
us
ló
out on
ṣẹlẹ̀?
YouTube, Zero Conditions Podcast.
I have to tell like 2 different people, like,
Guys, did you see that video of that babe that was for richer for poorer?
That during the exchange of vows,
and she said,
she was like, there's for richer
The-
or poorer,
the
and there's
priest-
something obey.
no, the priest said for richer, for poorer, and she kept quiet.
She said it, and then the priest said,
We had
"Thank
this
God we had the
conversation
conversation during
in
rehearsals or
counseling,
something."
Yeah.
or
and she
counseling.
told him, you are better not go broke.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't think it's as deep as everybody's
not.
making it on social media.
Then someone else said that for her to be able to say that means she does not respect her husband.
No.
Do you want to
I
be
mean,
broke?
look, the reality is
Things will
there are
happen.
some women that would have done it that way, but I think for her, it was maybe a situation of me. I believe there's power in the tongue.
And it may have been even a joke too.
Yeah, it could have
It's
been a joke as well.
May have been
It
a-
may have. We
And
don't
also,
know.
even
Yeah.
in conversations where women talk about men not being broke, as a man, don't you yourself aspire to wealth?
No,
No,
but when
but
you
the
use,
reality-
it's triggering for men.
Because you want,
Money conversations are triggering
Triggering
for
for
men
men.
for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grow up being told that if you don't have money, you're useless.
Yeah.
So,
And now you are someone that you love is saying that they don't want to be with you unless you don't have money.
yeah,
I see how triggering that can be.
yeah. So
Oh, thank you.
that's this podcast. We went like a whole episode. No quarrel with Melody. No,
Because
Did you quarrel today?
no quarrel. No arguing. No.
Okay, what
Everyone just aligned.
What about last week?
You tried to, but you tried now. Wait till
it's
Jinaki
true,
you
it's
say
true. Mental
They
health.
go knock
Nobody.
your mental
Guys,
I,
let's
I
talk
watched
about.
that clip. It's so funny because when she said they go knock your mental health, Toina said, "Boom."
No. Someone said Aguero. I don't know what that Rob.
No, he said Aguero, but he said they go knock her.
Who was
Boom.
Aguero?
Ah, you don't worry. It's a football reference.
Football reference.
Every
If-
time you
if
see
footballer-
Rob, you
if
say
football people
Guys, for the
Aguero.
final topic of the day, let's talk about TikTok lives.
This has to be very quick.
Yeah, that's just 4 minutes. I don't think this is what's going on.
Let's talk about TikTok lives.
What's TikTok lives?
TikTok live sessions.
People that do TikTok.
Yeah, the vape is so good. The vape is. You have not
I've
seen
seen
that?
it. I've seen it. I know what you're talking
Uh-huh.
about.
What's there? Are people doing?
There's nothing for me to say. Okay, I do have one thing to say. The lengths which people go to, we don't have enough time. We need to continue this conversation
let's
next
say
week.
Maybe I need to see that.
But the lengths people are going to
on
on social media for,
I don't think that's what it is.
I worry.
I think there's a lot of arrested developments in people on social media.
Generally, yes. See, I said
And
development.
a lot
is
of people
thing.
that don't have any social skills, they are virtual babies.
Chai.
Like the things that they're attracted to are anime characters, digital characters. They probably have little to no conversation with women.
They are now AI girlfriends.
It's just like when you've watched too much porn. I forget what Bukola calls that thing. Like if you watch too much porn, sometimes you're attracted to men as well.
You're attracted to.
To men as well.
Wait, hold up. If you as a man, you watch a lot of porn
too much.
You can
be
you watch
attracted to
straight
men.
porn, oh.
Straight porn too much.
As a straight man.
So it's not that it doesn't for some. The theory is you are not. It doesn't mean you're attracted to men. It means that
Is it like the way you reset
Like
your brain
the
with
way
porn?
you reset your brain because
You're seeing
the
them
moment you
naked all the
see
time?
dick,
A lot of times.
it looks like they're about to have sex. So when you exactly.
I'm seeing things.
Exactly. So it's like a
Psychological thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Oh.
Very
That's
That
interesting
heard
if
that.
you learn
theory.
it, you can be fine again.
That's a very interesting
You
theory.
understand? There's a theory about it. So
I need to go
now
check that
because
one
of
out.
that, like all the people that you find sexy. Imagine you're a geek. All the people that are paying that girl say, what's that pretty doll? I be Pinky doll. That's the name of the
Pinky
girl. The gift is so good. Like that's how digital characters talk.
Yeah.
Game.
So she's trying to sound like
Gaming,
them.
yes.
I don't know what it is.
And
Tolani.
that girl, bro, that girl. Do you know how much that girl makes? She makes that like
makes
2,000
money,
per session.
She
I don't
makes
even know
money.
this
She makes
person.
bank. Pinky
Bro.
doll or be pink doll.
Pinky
or
doll.
something. She makes bank. Where
Anyways,
those?
I also feel like generally on a grand scale, as we sign out, people are unnecessarily obsessed with sex and it's ridiculous.
Because we're an over sex generation now.
Like, calm down. There are other things
Like
that are going
sex
on.
is at our
like-
beck and call. Everywhere you go, there's sex. On Twitter, there's sex.
it's tiring. Like,
So yeah, but I'm happy that those girls are making bank, sha, of the gigs.
And on that note, we would like to remind you that Jesus is coming soon.
and we're done.
Jesus is coming soon.
done?
Yes,
See
we
you
are.
guys next week. Thank you for rocking with us. Zero Conditions Podcast, still number one. See you next week. Bye.